or do you just want to fuck with me? I'm not saying every man got to go as hard as the example I saw. What I'm saying is that a woman is a whole package. And if you fucking with a woman that got kids and you put a ring on that, you're not just putting a ring on that woman, you're saying that you're the head of this family. You feel me? Because we ain't just talking about fucking with you. You said years and stepfather. That's not nobody's daddy. And I don't know if that qualifies him to be a husband of a woman with children. You feel me? Like, and I ain't telling you what to do. I don't be on that. You feel me? You know, you're supposed to shrug at the end of your advice and shit like that. So I ain't telling you what to do. I'm just saying there's some shit that don't sound right on the rubric. That ain't got nothing to do with that man. Because if another nigga can slide like that, then he will. Go ahead.
Did he show up in the beginning?
Yes.
And how long would you say?
Up until we got married, and then he changed. My name's Ashley.
It sound better? So I guess real quick, when you said that one, what is your thoughts on that?
I agree with her.
So,
and I feel like he probably didn't show up the entire time with the same face she said. Because why would he stop after y'all got married?
Yeah, that one didn't make sense, and it almost made me want to, again, like what the dude said, it was like, how did he get to become a stepdad in the first place? Where it's like, did you really have real good judgment on this?
On who you chose? Like I said, I feel like he probably displayed this the entire time, and maybe you thought it would change, and it didn't.
Yeah, I don't.
Or you just wanted to be in a relationship so bad you was willing to accept what he was offering just to say, I'm married.
Yeah, that one kind of got it kind of got a little bit tricky with that one. It was some other ones. It was kind of, he definitely said some goodness this week real quick.
I'm no stranger to ruffling some feathers on the internet, so I already know what I'm about to say is about to piss some people off. But listen to me fucking closely. Gentle parenting does not work on all children. Gentle parenting does not work on all children. I'm out with my brother and my nephew today, and I realize we are that family that has a bad-ass child due to my brother wanting to gentle parent his ass. We are doing cute little fall shopping, Target, Home Goods, TJ Maxx. It's 1 o'clock in the afternoon. Kids are back at school. Moms are just out trying to get a little bit of me time before they gotta pick their kids up from school. My nephew decides to take the car, ram it against somebody's ankles. I snatch him up and I say, "What the fuck are you doing?" He falls out in the middle of the house, starts kicking, starts screaming, starts throwing shit off the fucking shelves. My brother bends down. He says, "Talk to me, bring your emotions. What's going on?" I said, "Ain't no fucking talking. Take his motherfucking ass to the bathroom and beat his fucking ass." My brother, we were talking about, we don't do things like that. We talk through our emotions. Talking's not working. You've told his bad ass 5 fucking times to stop, and no, it's clearly not working. So then we get in the car, me and my brother going off. I'm like, "You need to leave this little motherfucker at home locked up like a fucking animal," because that's what the fuck he's acting like. He's telling me, "You don't understand because you don't have kids. You'll understand when you have kids." No, babe, I'm taking the ass to the bathroom and I'm beating the shit out of them. Because what are you doing? You have no reason to be crying. My nephew has no learning disability. No learning disability other than he's bad as fuck and he gets away with murder. He's bad as fuck and my brother just lets him get away with murder. Are y'all not embarrassed by y'all badass kids? Are you not embarrassed?
Oh, I definitely love the way this young lady thinks. People fail to realize the way that you raise your children will impact your current as well as your future relationships. And I'm going to tell you why. Definitely like this video. Go to this young lady page, watch some of her other videos, watch original content. She makes a bunch of good stuff. People love to use this manipulation talking point. And when you do not have children, other people that currently have children love to throw it in your face that you do not understand because you don't have any children. I'm telling you right now, I call BS. Because the stance I have today was the exact same stance I had before I had children. So back in the day, in my early 20s, before Big Daddy even had children, I got in a relationship with this young lady that had 2 kids. Her oldest child was a boy. Now, don't get me wrong, as far as the relationship, as far as with her, she was as solid as it was going to get. Anything that you required from a woman, she was down for. She was already somebody's wife, and she was a divorcee. But I was in total disagreement with the way she was raising the children. Her kids were hella bad. Every single day, walking up to their residence was like walking into a tornado. Every single day, she had to instruct those kids 66 times to do anything. It went to one ear and out the other. This was a young lady that never spared the rod to save the child when you removed that booty, and she never restricted any of their privileges. She allowed them to do whatever they wanted to do. So I had told her this was going to impact this relationship as well as any future relationships, because don't nobody want to be in a relationship with somebody who don't have any control of their kids, and you're already a single mother at that. So after about a week, I started observing.
I want to pause it right there because that is something that I've had to deal with in my dating experiences. Because again, it's like you kind of always on the fence, and it get tricky because the first thing people will always do to you is throw it in your face. Is one, you don't have kids, so you don't necessarily understand or know what you're talking about. They gonna always throw that in your face, and then two, they'll throw in your face is like, well, this is how I want to raise my kid. But it's like if you want somebody to be in a long-term relationship with you, and they just sitting here saying like, hey, dog, like this is kind of out of pocket. Like I know that you wasn't raised like this. Why are you allowing your kid to just be this crazy and be able to get away with this type of behavior? Where I think like if you don't nip this in the bud, or y'all don't or you don't get in a little bit more stronger in how you raising this kid, it's only gonna get worse. It ain't gonna get better. Or y'all relationship when they get older, they gonna completely go the opposite way from the way you really want them to go. So you kind of always do end up bumping heads if y'all realistically, if your parenting style isn't necessarily the same. And then again, if you're dating a woman who won't respect your opinion because you don't got kids on your own, and then so many women be like, well, I want a man who don't got no kids. Okay, but you don't want a man with kids, but you at the same time not gonna respect my opinion on how bad your kid is. Because again, for most parents, it's hard to see it on the outside looking in on like, bro, I ain't saying you a horrible parent, but you can tighten this up a little bit.
And you have to be willing to listen. And like, you know, I think the thing is like you can't. They're gonna say, oh, you don't have kids, but then it's like you can't come in and a lot of people get defensive when they feel like you're trying to discipline their children.
Of course, but the thing is like you shouldn't want me around your kid if I can't even at least say, like, hey, little whatever. You should slow down a little bit. Like you kind of just you losing your mind in this house a little bit. Slow down just a little bit. They don't get upset with you. Like I've had, like I'm talking about, like you cool with me spending my bread and building the bond through spending bread and going out places and taking your kids away, but you feel some type of way about me telling your kid like, you should slow down a little bit. Like, let's say we out at like one of them little bouncy things and the kid just running around super crazy and you just seen a bump in front of 5 people. And you just tell the kid like, hey, slow down. And then the mother look at you like, don't tell him you don't need it. Don't let me do that. Like, I pay for this shit. Why can't I tell you to slow down?
So that's a tricky, that's real tricky, especially if the person won't allow you to. And it's not even a discipline. It's just they won't
allow you to even say something.
Give your advice to them.
Yeah, I'm cool. Like, no, I don't, because it almost make you feel like I'm just, so basically, it's cool. I can spend my bread as much as I want to without even asking you. But I can't sit here and tell a little motherfucker to slow down.
Yeah, I guess. So how long was the relationship? Like how long?
Let's sit here and say let's say if it was 3 months. Because if I can spend hundreds or thousands of dollars, if you're not about to put a time limit on that, I shouldn't be able to put a time limit on me telling the kid to slow down. Or if you in the house and you sitting and they just being super, like the kid being super sassy and rude to the mother, and you be like, and you because you want to say something like it's but you know for a fact it's going to start an argument between you and the person. Like it's killing me inside not to say nothing because this is a kid disrespecting an adult.
Like you said, it's not going to be nothing to get worse. So then what can you do if they don't want you to say nothing or discipline or anything?
But so again, if that's the case, and that's why I be feeling like sometimes, well, hey, their moms, you should make it work with your baby father. Or matter of fact, I see even a better clip. I want to sit here and say, I hope I sent you this joke where it was was the dude when the dude was sitting here talking about dating the moms, but not sitting here wanting to really deal with her. I hope I sent it to you. Because a lot of dudes don't sit here and say nothing. Did I send it to myself or did I send it? Oh, where was it at? Man, I'll be mad if I can't find the joke. It was. Hold on, is this it?
Been with the man for 4 years.
Nah, it ain't this one. Damn, I'm about to be mad if I can't find it. Well, it was a dude on one of these Tonight Conversation Jones, and he basically went up there and told them where it was like, hey, I'm gonna be honest. Like, I like dating women with kids, but I don't want to have nothing to do with the kid. And everybody in him looked at him crazy, but the dude was like, man, it was wild to y'all how many people actually really think like this in real life without sitting here, without here saying something. Because again, it gets so tricky because so many women be so defensive on how they allow you to sit here and talk to their kid or allow you how to interact with their kids. So realistically, for most men, it'll make you not want to sit here and interact at all. Be like, all right, then cool. What's the purpose? I don't even have no point of sitting here wanting to even interact with you if I can't sit here. Oh, here you go.
Dating women who have kids, but I don't want to see the kids. to deal with the kids. Because my thing is, I'm there for you. I'm not there for the kids.
So you a single mom, you just wouldn't take her seriously.
No, I'm going to take her seriously. I'm going to treat her the way she wants to be treated. But I don't want to deal with the kids. So you saying forever kids? How does that work, bro?
Starting the conversation, I don't want nothing to do with the kids. I don't want to see the kids. Go date women without kids. It's such a simple solution, because what I find is that there are a lot of men that don't mind dating single mothers so long as they put her being single before she puts her being mother.
Why would I?
Y'all want to date women that have children, but want them to act like women that don't have children. Y'all want to date male-centered women that are willing to put their children on the back end so that she can appease the fact that you don't want to be around her kids.
So my question to you will be, why would I shrink my dating pool?
Because you don't want to be around
I shrink my dating pool.
You got kids?
Yes, I do. Shut up, dude. But I'm not looking for a mom. I'm not looking for a mom for my kids. I'm not looking for a mom for my kids, and I'm not looking for her to take care of my kids. My kids are my kids.
The difference between a father and a mother is that this is part of our lifestyle and it's part of y'all sometimes duties. To say that I want a woman with kids and I don't have to see her kids, women live with their children.
Thank you for your question. I appreciate it. Why they going into a seat? Security. On a serious note, the danger is there are men that feel that way, but they won't say. Like, there are men that will convince you that they're looking for something serious, but they know that they won't take you really seriously because you have kids. And so while we're booing him, and I get it, that's boo worthy. I think the most dangerous man is the man that has those opinions but don't say it.
Even more dangerous than a man that has those opinions is the woman that will date those men with children. I've seen a lot of women put their motherhood on the back end just so they can say they have a man, because they're dealing with a man that don't want to deal with her in the capacity of mother. And they'll stop being mother so they can be girlfriend.
In other news, I'm single too, and I love kids. I love God. I love women. I love myself. My credit good. I have a skincare routine, and I don't have any felonies.
So
Leave me alone.
So again, with that one is just like I get where
Not what he said. You get what he said.
I get what he's saying, because just off of what I just said though, and that's why I get what he's saying. Think about what he said. What he basically sitting here saying is, because he did probably came of the side where it's like, and I'm only kind of comparing it to the conversation we were just having. Because if I sit here and dealt with women where you sit here and try to like, I want to kind of play stepdad, but women kind of are like on the reserve of it, where it's like, again, because majority of the good women probably already got kids. So what he's saying is like, I don't want to sit here and completely cut my hole in the despite what is it? Cut your face to despite your nose, or whatever that little saying is. I don't want to sit here and stop dating good quality women, because a lot of good quality women already got kids. I don't want to stop that.
They're a good quality woman. They're not going to deal with you if you're not willing to interact with their children, because we can't build how we build it.
I'm with you, but it's a lot of women who kind of play that side real tight to the vest, where it's like, you can build for. Think about how many women. Some women won't even allow you to meet their kids until maybe y'all yield some change in.
That's cool. Because you shouldn't just want to bring anybody around your kids. So that's cool. Like, if we're a year in and you haven't seen my kids or whatever, and that's a me problem, then that's okay. But if we're moving forward and we're building and we're talking about our future, then you're going to have to interact with my children as I would with yours. How are we keeping that separate? You gonna come to my house? Will you move in, or you staying over here and you just like no interaction with them at all?
Yeah, I mean, it will get tricky, but I understand why he probably saying it. And again, I do think it's a lot of men who think like he thinking and just realistically won't say it, and kind of be because like, all right, I'm just gonna figure it out. Like, let me see, she may be different, so you don't say nothing. I think a lot of dudes think the way he think, but won't say it out loud because you kind of just want to play it out and see maybe how it worked. Will it sit here and be something more serious later on if we build a connection, and then maybe it could be different? Or realistically, is she gonna kind of be like a good girlfriend and kind of be like a trash mom? Because I do think it's still a lot of good girlfriends out here, and they kind of like trash moms. And we'll talk about that in a second when we sit here and get into the conversation with the little girl going viral with the weave and the bangs and shit. So again, I get what he's saying. It just the lines get blurry, and I do think it just sounds crazy when you say it out loud. But again, if you're a man and you've dated enough women who kind of just get like so defensive when it comes to like maybe the way you may not even necessarily question their parenting style, but kind of try to give them like a tip or a pointer where you feel like they could be a little bit like you slacking a little bit, or it's kind of just a little hard to listen or be around. So I understand as a man where it's like, yeah, I wouldn't mind dating a woman with kids, but if I can kind of, as long as you can kind of like put it off or stay away, or that's why some niggas may now, the older you get, man, like, maybe I can find somebody who already got a teenager. Like their kid only probably like 2 more years into actually even wanting to deal with the parent either. Because think about it, the older your kid get, realistically, their interactions with who you dating will probably come down like slim to none, because realistically, your kid probably don't even want to be around you like that. So your kid ain't gonna necessarily give a goddamn about who you dating for real, because I ain't really like, my interaction with you is probably like, hey, can you pay my cell phone? Or hey, can you do this, that, and the third? And I'm out of your face. I ain't really trying to be up under you. Whereas if it's a little kid in elementary school, it's a different type of relationship you kind of got to build. But if I'm sitting here trying to date a woman and she got a high school senior, and he play football or basketball or whatever the case may be, you think she really give like her son won't care about meeting me for real, building a bond with me? Hell no. He worry about playing sports, dating whatever girl he dating. He don't want to be in the house for real. And if he in the house 9 times out of 10, his door closed with his goddamn headphones on.
But you got kids too.
I mean, that's how it will play out. I mean, you kind of just got to figure that one out. What else is going on in the world? I ain't gonna lie to you, it was a lot of those little dating jokes. I kind of just want to spread them out a little bit, but I do want to go to bad parenting again, because one of the bigger stories floating around on the internet this week was a young girl who was going viral, and I want to say she had like a blue, for people who, because I ain't gonna, of course, I'm not gonna be able to see it, so I gotta kind of paint the picture. I think she had like a blue like sweatsuit on or something, and she had literally, I'm talking about like had the bundles, looked like I don't know if it was like a lace wig or whatever it was on her head, and I'm talking about people were literally dragging her moms to hell for this picture. Where was the jump? Where did it start off at? I hope they ain't taken down, because some people blurred the girl out, so they may have took it. I hope they ain't take it down. Come on. No, that. I'm about to be mad if they sit here and people deleted that jump.
Did you send it anything?
I think I did. I know I had to.
I don't know.
You see one though?
This I see this one. I just sent it to you. She got a blue.
Oh, here you go. I found it.
I don't like it, but it's not my child. Again, I don't like it, but let me just tell you something. Y'all always talk about staying in a child's place, but y'all don't keep a child in a fucking place. Ain't nowhere in the world this child has no fucking teeth in her mouth, but has a 20-inch fucking bust down. And to the mama's kudos to you, because bitch, they had some good gray hair, from what I can see. And let me explain y'all something. Every time a person like me go to speak the truth and say a child is fast, that child ain't fast. That child just being a motherfucking child. Y'all rush children to be grown, but then when they step outside of characters and they show characteristics of them being grown, and you can't tell them that, but you a child. But blame the motherfucking mama for not keeping them in the fucking child's place. I said what I said. This right here is not acceptable. This right here is too much. Now the little girl may be bald head. She may be nitpicky. She may can't get the style probably for a motherfucking child. But ain't no in the world you couldn't put some braids in her head, some braids in her head, some bows, to make her look her age range. And the only reason why we know that she's a little girl is because she's bald mouth, she still have baby fat. That's the only reason why we know that. See, this is why young little girls get sexualized. This is why young little girls get mistaken to be older and be generalized to being something that they're not. But who do y'all fault? Y'all can't fault this fucking child, because 9 times out of 10, it was the motherfucking mama who made this fucking decision. Because like I said again, the hair that little girl got in her head, that's some motherfucking nice hair. Oh, girl, goodbye. And let me be honest, this ain't my motherfucking child. And that's why I say y'all be posting this little shit of y'all children on social media thinking this shit is cute. Ain't nothing cute about this.
So, can I go right to bring kids?
You've seen the middle school girls lace front wigs, and the lashes, and the acrylic nails. Have you seen it? Because just want to say that I got these off of their public pages, okay? These photos have been circulating online. There are videos circulating with these girls online, but I'm choosing to blur out their faces as much as I can, just for privacy purposes, even though I understand that these are public pictures, but I just don't feel right putting little girls up on social media like that. But I need to provide an example of what I'm talking about, okay? Because if you haven't seen it, your algorithm's blessing you. And if you have seen it, Lord, all right, my brain's going in a lot of different directions, but let's talk about it. Let's talk about it let me funnel my thoughts into two main directions. Direction number one, a lot of comments where people are saying, especially other women, are saying, I don't see anything wrong with this. She looks cute. She's happy. She's got a high self-esteem. She's feeling herself. This is good. This is how she builds confidence, all that kind of stuff. And I want to push back on that really hard, because that's not a little girl acting confident. That's a little girl acting like what she thinks a confident woman looks like. Those teen years are so formative, right? Think about back to your middle school years. You have to go through the awkward stuff and feel like the ugly duckling in order to build a sense of humor and grit and like personality, right? You've got to bake the cake before you put the icing on, because that's what makeup and wigs and all that stuff is. It's extra. It's icing to the cake. It's accoutrement, right? It's decorative. It's not who you are. It shouldn't be who you are. It shouldn't be what your personality, character, it shouldn't be what you're built on. The direction number two, and this one's spicier. Everybody should agree that men should not be looking at little girls like that, right? In that way, right? You know what I'm talking about. So why are we dressing them? Why are we dressing little girls like little women? Because let's be honest about what these things do. Let's start with mascara or fake eyelashes or whatever, right? It's to make your eyes look bigger, okay? The lip gloss, it's to draw attention to your mouth, all right? Even blush, which seems harmless, right? You're like, oh, a little bit of blush. It's to symbolize fertility, vitality, okay? So why does a little girl need to be putting that on her face? And I don't think most parents are doing this on purpose, by the way. I think it's just ignorance. And I say this all the time, that we judge ourselves by our intentions and we judge other people by their actions. So a mom thinks, oh, she just looks really cute, but cute for who? Now, I'm not saying that every man is looking at a 12-year-old little girl. But what I am saying is that some of them are. And so why are we making this job easier for them?
Hey, she was cooking. She was preaching. You're a woman. You got daughters. So you got any thoughts on it first before I say anything?
Yeah, I agree. She was the parents that you introduce your kids and stuff like that, and it kind of backfires when they get older.
And I guess my question is, do you think parents are? Because I do wonder, are the kids asking for these looks and these hairstyles and stuff like that, or is this the parent pushing this hairstyle on a kid?
I feel like for her age, what she looked like.
And she looked like she was like 8, if that. Even if that, I don't even necessarily, because with that many teeth missing, I don't even know if she was 8. She might have been like 6 or 7.
I feel like for her age, it was probably what the mother wanted to do, not so much what she wanted to do.
So do you put that under like I
can't even, because her mother could wear hair like that, so she probably go, oh, I want to do that too, but that doesn't mean that you have to, because you're too young.
Yeah, I feel like we just live in a generation where like bad parenting is like at extreme ultimate high. Like, because there's no way on God's green earth you can sit here and say, I'm cool with my elementary school kid going with like $500 worth of hair in their head. Like, what sense do that make? Like, what, again, for what the lady was sitting here saying, like, what's the attention you want your kid to sit here and draw? And again, that is a large conversation when people post pictures like this of their kids and people be like, oh, y'all doing too much. They still look like little kids. Yes and no. She looks like a little kid because she is a little kid with missing teeth and she just got a baby face. But you're sitting here trying to make this little kid look like an adult, and you have grown women who sit here and be like, I ain't talking to a nigga if he don't pay for my nails and hair. You already sit. That's shit that grown women are sitting here basically exchanging their box and their number for. You sitting here putting this on your little ass kid. Like, why would you do that? Like, what? You don't have, where the fuck is the bow rats at? You're in elementary school. You skipped bow rats already?
I guarantee you go to school, probably would be a lot of kids with bow rats.
But that to me is kind of like how do you how again, man, this is again, that to me is bad parenting. Even if you are a dad and you in the house with your wife and your daughter, whatever the case may be, save yourself some money. Put your foot down like, hey, dog, we're not skipping the Borat stage. I'm not running to the $500 hairstyle for my 6 and 7-year-old, but when I could still sit here and put bobos in her goddamn head.
I ain't running $600 at all. At the bare minimum, it'll be high school.
But that hairstyle, that's what the door you open it. When you see his hand bundles, and it wasn't like she had like some cheap goddamn like Chinese wig store like bundles. Like she had real bundles in her head.
But it's like we talked about last week. They put all this money into this, but the kids can't read.
Exactly.
They don't know how to count.
Man, that shit retarded, dog. I'm sorry. Like it ain't no other way to sit here and kind of explain that one. That one kind of it's hard. I think I got one more person real quick because I did look for. Let me see this.
So let's talk about it. And I have to address this. I'm going to use this child as a point of reference because the video of her mother and how she has her looking in dresses circulating all over the internet. But I seen a lot of videos just like this. This is a second and third grade child who's 8 years old with a skin tight Lululemon outfit. Let's be clear here, Lululemon is meant for women, not children. They don't have a toddler section, okay? They don't have a little girl section, period. Okay, then she has on this full-on lace front wig that's going all the way down to her waist. You know what the issue that I have is how we are constantly justifying the bullshit and it needs to end because there's a lot of women in the comments, oh, she just look like a little girl. Why you hate? What hate on what? She don't look like a little girl. She does not look like a little girl. She's a child. And we like to skip right past the child stage and catapult our children straight into adulthood. And I'm not understanding. And why can't she just wear her own hair and embrace it? So let's talk about it.
And again, I kind of agree with that one. That is just, again, one of the reasons why I'm so happy that I'm not a parent, because I would be so mad if I was in a relationship or married to a woman who wanted to even put my kid in like Lululemon. And like that was a conversation like with my brother and his wife, and they had to conversation about with my niece, and they got talking about like Lululemon and all that. I'm like, y'all got it. I don't even want to. I'm not gonna avoid. Don't tell me about this shit because I don't want to give y'all my opinion on it. It's just be like, what the hell are we doing? Like, I'm not getting to like, dog, I wouldn't even buy Lululemon or none of that expensive ass workout clothes for myself. I'm gonna go to Target, Walmart, or somewhere to sit here and buy some cheap. Matter of fact, I'm not even going to none of them shit. I'm going to goddamn TikTok shop, and TikTok shop always literally got a 5-pack of gym shorts for $20, and that's the Johnson I'm gonna get. They'd be like, it to me is like we just be doing too much, and you be trying to put too much zah on your kid and make your kid just look like something that they ain't even earned none of this shit yet. And I ain't talking about earning like financially. They haven't even earned their cool stripes. You're trying to make your kid be cool, and they ain't even fucking got to the age where they even need to even think they should be cool yet. Like that to me is like you skipping so many steps before you even allow your kid to even figure out what they like. And again, that's why you have so many kids who just don't even like kid stuff no more.
But you also have to remember, like when they go to school, they're around a whole bunch of different people, so they see different things that they like that they might want to try. So you have to kind of, it has to be a middle ground. Like you don't want them to go to school and they be the kid that they make fun of, right? Because look at how they dress. Mm-hmm. You want to kind of keep it in the middle.
I'm glad you brought it there because I do want to sit here and it's but then that's when we get to the point where it's like, when will your kid have their own identity?
You have to teach your child to kind of have their own identity.
So that's my point. So that's why when you go to school,
what are you saying?
You got to come up with your own sense of style. You can't sit here and make it be like, oh, because all my friends wear Lululemon, and I'm gonna be like, why? Why do you want it? I literally sit here and told Kaden, I was like, bro, pick out whatever two shoes you want for school, but it can't be Jordans because you never seen Michael Jordan play basketball. Any other, you can pick whatever other two shoes you want to go back to school in, but I'm not buying you no Jordans because you ain't old enough to never see Michael Jordan play. Figure out what you like, come up with your own style. You should think about what we sit here saying. Michael Jordan ain't played basketball in damn near 20 years now. So there you sitting shouldn't tell me a 14-year-old shouldn't be like, I want a pair of Jordans. Why? Because
I'm not a sneakerhead, but I mean that's what people are wearing. Like they're wearing the Jordans.
They're not because it's the kids who still wear Jordans is the kids who parents make them wear Jordans, because when the kids get older, the teenagers don't wear Jordans. The kids who are under, like the middle school kids and under, still wear Jordans. High school kids, I mean, we just played the video last week. Them little niggas going to school with Balenciagas and all, they're not even thinking about regular sneakers no more. Because that's not a thing for them. So you got the parents who like in their 30s and their 40s who, oh yeah, these retro 4s used to be fire back in the day. So they're buying them for their kids and having their kids wear them. Them kids ain't never seen Jordan. That Jordan 4 means shit to a 14-year-old. He don't know that. He don't have no nostalgic feeling to that Jordan 4. His father wanted him to wear that shit. His mother wanted him because they didn't have it when they was in school, so they think, oh, this is the cool thing. Let me put what? Just let's think about what we seen. In what sense would it make to sit here? Why would what the fuck relationship with a kid that's 14 years old have with a pair of Jordans, a pair of Jordan 4s? Think about what we're saying. Jordan started to come out in 1984. So you sitting here saying what was 4 years from that? What are you talking about? 1990 something? What the fuck Jordan was? How? That parent was barely even old enough to buy that shoe. So how does this 14-year-old got a relationship with a pair of Jordan 4s? He don't have no TV show because think about when we grew up, we had Will Smith, we had Martin. They was wearing Jordan, so you seen that on Will Smith and Martin. You come to Zach and Cody ain't got no fucking Jordans on, or whoever the fuck else they watching. They ain't even got shit to watch, so I know they not sitting here like Jordans is not the shit that they wearing.
They don't know. All they know is what they see and what they see their friends at.
But that's again when we talk about parents. A parent should put some identity in your kid. Make your kid come up with his own fucking swag.
You can, but like, it's so many other outside influences besides you with your children.
But that's again when we sit here saying where it's like you allow. So you basically sit here saying like you ain't being the parent. It's whatever your kids see outside. They addicted. They sitting here directing how I got to spend my bread now. Now I got to work extra hours to buy my kids certain shit because
no, you set the ground like you let them know what you're gonna purchase and what you're not gonna purchase. But at the end of the day, they gain their sense of style or what they like from what they see. So if this is what they see, and they don't have to take exactly what they see and repeat it, but they can take bits and pieces and be like, okay, I'm gonna do it this way.
Oh, I'm glad you said that. I do want to play this clip real quick.
Still tell what somebody.
This nigga had too much. I forgot he had music in the back of the jump, but it was another one. Hold on. But basically, he was sitting here saying you could. Damn, I wish he had music in his jump. But basically, his clip was sitting here talking about how there is no originality anymore in how people dress because back in the day, you used to be able to tell where people were from what they wore. So like even again, we saying like well, our era of people growing up, you got to see people where like when you used to see people from the DMV area. Especially like DC and PG, like back in the day, niggas knew you was from here because they'll see you with like some Hugo Boss on and some New Balances, or they'll sit here and see you later on in the early 2000s. They'll see you with phone pauses and stuff like that, where they kind of like, okay, oh, you must be from here because this is the type of stuff you wear. Where now we on the internet, where you kind of don't necessarily know who anybody is, and the sad thing is, where it's like your kids don't have no originality because the parents won't even sit here and direct their kids to originality. But I do want to hear this was the other one. This don't got no music.
All right, y'all. So last week I brought up the topic of can we bring the lore of streetwear back, and I have to double down on it because so many good points were brought up. So it's only kind of a long video. One of the biggest comments that stuck out to me was my boy Carlton. Such a good, like, insightful perspective of this topic, and it was so good I had to pin it. But basically, what he said is it comes down to acceptance. The next thing he said, which was like days follow, is what really like made me kind of make this part two because this is how you know a person is really, really moved by a topic, and I respect this. They said, why is everything different? We abandon ourselves, we abandon the ideology of comfort in pursuit of an endless need for more. We bought into the establishment, the very thing that most of our ancestors fought against. Everything needs to be luxury, everything needs to be finery. We forgot what made us cool. Already facts, right? Bars. He also said we forgot about crews, people you grew up with that had common interests. We forgot about territory, right? Wanting to represent where you're from and what made the area the flyest. Being authentic didn't exist because it wasn't something you tried to do. It was something you just are. This is it. Like, I don't know. This is it. And then he concludes by saying, we as a people lost ourselves in pursuit of the white man's comfort, right? We look down on our own that don't embody that thinking and that made this culture trash. It's the stark, harsh truth. My God. He did also say it's interesting we don't call people posers no more. That's a whole different topic that I would deep dive into. But what he said is the actual fact, bro. Like, that's what's missing. The reputation of being from a specific area and not giving a damn who don't rock or what y'all doing. Like, it's our thing. We don't care if you don't understand. That's why I highlighted our future. For those who really know ball, the Rangers. Like, these young bulls even knew, like, back in the jerk era, low life. Bro, this shit is, like, right in front of us, right? So it's not rocket science.
And again, and the reason why I'll sit here and put a lot of this on parenting and just how you lose and then just your kids and us as people lose our identities on who we are and how what makes us unique and original to self is because realistically, you sit here saying because we don't have TV shows, your kids don't hang outside. And again, I said it last week, and again, it may have sound crazy to people when I was like, you kind of miss going outside where like real. Neighborhoods were still neighborhoods, and like the drug dealer niggas spent their money on getting fly, and I'm standing outside, I'm hustling, or going to the go-go's and sitting here like buying out the picture booth, and those things that kind of made you be like, oh, he got on the phone pauses, I gotta get up here because he's such and such, or this is the cool thing that people in my neighborhood wear. Everybody in my neighborhood wear phones, or everybody in my neighborhood wear Jeremy Scott's. Where now it's literally like it's just like you going off the internet, and what if your kid is influenced by fucking Aiden Ross because you ain't sitting here doing nothing? And that kind of go all the way back to what we've been saying. We said this months ago when we was even talking about your Aiden Ross and your academics, even your what's the young boy name? The black boy, Castanet and I Show Speedy, because your kids is realistically being raised by them because the parents ain't coming in giving the kids no type of influence. You're not sitting here putting your kids onto nothing. Even when it comes to music, where it's like, oh, your kids only know NBA YoungBoy and under. They don't know nothing about no classic Lil Wayne. And I know that because the conversations, if I post something online, is talking about Lil Wayne, it should never even be to a conversation where NBA YoungBoy should even be involved. But it comes to that because we talk about parents, and parents don't see, and it be small things like that where you feel like, oh, that's just some shit that really don't matter. It do matter because now your kid has no sense of originality. All he is doing is following. Like, again, when we going back to the conversation about what was it a couple of weeks ago when we saying talking about the pajama shit, where it's like that to me was just like some follower shit to be like, how did this even become a thing to us just as a whole? Like, just imagine for people who listen, you went to school in the 2000s, the early 2000s, you would never sit here in your God's green earth ever think about going to school with some pajama pants on. But think about, like, you literally only did that during homecoming. For one day, oh, it's Bama Day or it's pajama day or whatever the case, you never would have in your mind thought about going to school like that. But think about when we see and we got so lackadaisical as parents and as people, you allow, basically that shit is white culture. You allow white kids to influence your black kids to come to school in pajamas. Because no parent sit here and had balls enough to sit here and step in and be like, nah, dog, we don't do it like that. Like, again, that it sounds like something small, but the small things end up becoming big things. And now you sit here and say, like, damn, my kid don't have no originality. The haircuts are all the same, everything a little bit different. Like, think about back in the day where it's like when Iverson was cool with the cornrows, and how many people was like, you was pressed to kind of get like, let me find somebody who can do like something similar to Iverson's, but do something different where my shit look different from Allen Iverson, Joe. But I want the Iverson style cornrows, but I want to find a girl who can do something like cool in my head that Iverson ain't even got yet. But now it'll be like the kids I just want the same exact cornrows as whoever got cornrows. There's no originality to it at all. You don't want to put a zip. I'm talking about a zip of your own swag. You just literally want to copy and paste everything that you see other niggas do. Again, think about when we talk about the pajamas. I'm telling you the color of the jumps because they all just, it's the checker jumps. Like, they don't even go like, hey, let me find some cool pajama pants. Like, it ain't like the kids like, oh, let me go get me some Gucci pajama pants or something crazy. It's literally the checkerboards. It's the black, white, and gray and the black and red. That's it. Or some all white and black checker jumps. Like, they don't even do nothing different. And that shit to me just go into parenting because the parents are just like, oh, I'm just let my kid do whatever. And so that's kind of what it be. But I don't want to keep beating y'all over telling y'all how to be parents. Y'all don't want to hear that shit. But I guess going into other news real quick, I do want to go into Lioness. This is not a spoiler alert for people who have already seen episode 4. I'm not to episode 4 yet. I just got to episode 3. And I don't even want to get even to episode 3. I just literally want to say 2 things because, again, last week, by the time I told y'all when we was talking about it, I didn't get to the episode 2 yet when we was talking about when I said, I was like, damn, or season 2. I didn't see Cruz yet. And I want to just sit here and give Cruz some credit. And this again, please don't take my black card away. Cruz may be like one of the only white women on TV. Her sex scenes be low-key fire. It ain't even hardcore jokes. They like something slight, but she got riz like a motherfucker. I'm not gonna lie to y'all. Season 2, she caught her a body, and season 1, she caught her body, and then coming back in season 2 when she finally popped back up, man, Cruz got some goddamn riz. That lesbian fucking army shit she be running on these women. Oh my god, dog. Shout out to Cruz. I just want to sit here and say that's my only other takeaway from season 2 is Cruz came back in the scene, and Cruz be putting that little razzle dazzle on them goddamn lesbian women on that army base, and it be Rap City in the basement for any woman who like a little bit of coochie. Cruz gonna pop that goddamn coochie for that girl. They gonna bun up. She gonna give you that poor white trash shit, and I'm a hard worker. Because let's be clear, I understand where women kind of will fall in love with Cruz because Cruz is pretty like a woman. I'm like face like a model, body like a model, but she's hardcore like a man. Like she in real life put in some real pain, got some bodies up under there, and people respect how she get busy in the whole little crew in that section of the military. So I understand the lore where it's like, damn, it's a beautiful woman. but she could kill like a man, and she could do push-ups and pull-ups and all that other cool, crazy shit that men can do. So I understand why women kind of would still be like head over fist for her. But again, my only other thing is where I sit here and say I think a lot of y'all suck when y'all talk about TV shows. But this kind of going back into my thing of like with the pet shit, man. Season 3, I swear to, I don't know how y'all talk about anything else besides them fucking dogs in episode 1 of season 3. Man, the way them fucking dogs that they had in that military base and they were sicking them dogs on that nigga, I was like, dog, if I was scared, y'all know I don't fuck with cats, but if I was scared of dogs, that shit right there would have me never want to be near another dog a day in my life. The way that niggas was just like, let the dogs off the leash and them dogs would just be running in the houses and niggas in there got guns and them dogs would come out there with only one of the, when they had 3 dogs, only one dog ended up getting stabbed. Man, them dogs killed like 10 different niggas, dog. Like I'm talking about them dogs was ripping niggas a whole new, ripping their neck off, their stomach off their, I'm talking about the 2 dogs sitting here, one dog at the nigga ripping his neck off, the other dog eating this nigga meat. I'm like, oh my God, dog, what the fuck is going on? Like that to me, that's the biggest takeaway I had from season 3, episode 1. Fuck everything else and her getting kidnapped and all that other shit. I don't care nothing about that. Them goddamn dogs, I was like, what the hell am I watching, dog? Because they was literally just letting them dogs go in almost like they was fucking first. Every jump. And they was coming out there with a body. Like they knew they were sending them dogs in and them dogs was going to go get it and get them a body. Them dogs that never, even the dog who got stabbed, that nigga still was killing the nigga. Like, I would be mad. Y'all, again, people sit here complaining about the shit, the police brutality or nothing. Y'all should thank y'all fucking God, green earth. The police do not got them type of dogs that they got online. Because I swear to God, them dogs will put the fear of God in anybody. If you have never seen Lioness and you feel like you want to watch it, just please double back and check with me when you sit here and get to season 3, episode 1. And I'm just talking about these goddamn dogs. They were sitting here sicking on these niggas when they were sitting here going into Russia. Man, goddamn. Lioness is fire. I get it. Again, we talked about that last week. It was a couple of shows that I tried to get into and watch. What was it, Joan? And you may gotta really actually watch it. What is it? Green Lantern on HBO Max. Y'all know I'm not a huge Marvel person, but I seen it was doing crazy numbers. One thing I will sit here and say, I don't want to sit here and say this show is trash yet, because I do want to give it another another opportunity. But my only thing I would tell Netflix is you can't compare your new military show and try to shit on Lioness. Because I seen like it was like a Netflix post and they was like, if you like Lioness, you're gonna love this because this is better. And I'm watching it and I'm like, dog, this ain't better. And so when you say shit like that, you kind of already setting the bar so high for yourself. So I'm coming in thinking like, oh, this is gonna be better than Lioness off the rip. You can't slow drag it. I want to say it's on Netflix and I want to say it's called The SEAL. I think it's The SEAL Team or something like that. It's a new military joke that Netflix just put out. And again, Netflix, I'm not mad at you. I'm not judging because I know you about to drop your bombs. Beauty and Black come back out this week, and then after that, September, y'all got endless shows running out. And for all the people who really into football, and if you love the what was my man who played for the Tennessee Titans, Steve McNair. If you love the Steve McNair story, they are dropping Vince Young. I believe it's either by the time y'all hear this, it will be out on Tuesday or Wednesday. I can't remember the day. I want to say I think it come out on Tuesday. The Vince Young story come out on Tuesday on Netflix. So I know that shit gonna be fire because I love the junk that they did on Steve McNair. So Netflix, y'all know Netflix do its good deed on when it comes to like that, especially that sports style. I want to say it's called, what is it called? Untold. I believe that's a series. The Netflix with the sports junk. It's the Vince Young story. So I do want to watch that one. But yeah, again, with Netflix with that little military junk, again, I don't want to sit here and say it's trash yet, but I'm only on like probably episode 1, but it was kind of just like
I saw it.
Yeah, so if you watch it, then we can come back and talk about it. Let's at least try to go like, I don't know how many episodes. Let's give it to like episode 2 or 3. If you can make it to like episode 2 or 3, I'll make myself try to make it to episode 2 or 3 before I give a real dive on it. I did try to finish the Charles Manson John. It was kind of like I don't want to sit here and say it's a bad documentary, but it was just like the cult shit when people just kind of like fall into people's just like on some stupid shit. Like my brain just kind of can't like, yeah, I'm cool. Like, it just don't do nothing to me. Like, it seemed like Charles Manson was just really on some freaky shit. He found him some freaky bras. He was giving out some good meat. He was on some extra freaky shit. Now he brainwashed them off of some sex and end up with and getting them to sit here and commit murders with him. So it was like, to me, I wouldn't sit here and recommend. I'm not putting that on my recommendation. Like, oh, you should go watch the Charles Manson John on Netflix. Like, I'm gonna hold my breath on Netflix. I do sit here and want to say again when we're talking about black media spaces. I think a lot of y'all be corny when y'all sit here and try to sit here and shit on Brandy doing the redo for the different world. But I seen so many people sitting here trying to trash it, even with the trailer for The Different World coming out on Netflix. I believe it September 24th. I believe it comes out on September 24th on Netflix. I hate that people trying to over critique it already. It's just the trailer. And if you watch Bel Air, I love it, especially season 1 of Bel Air. I don't know what people are looking for because of course it's going to be new and it's going to be trying to relate to a younger audience because it's not made for older people. If you old and you want to watch, you can Netflix got Different World on it. You can watch The Different World on Netflix if you want to sit here and go down memory lane, but them doing a reboot and you sit here trying to make it seem like it's supposed to be exactly like the original Different World. It does not supposed to. It don't have to be like that.
It's supposed to pick up where they left off, so it's not like did they redoing the characters?
Yeah, that's one of the things where I kind of understood that Earn Your Leisure do was like, I ain't doing the black thing because black people be trying to be super critical. I hate that shit. Like that to me is cool. That is one of the corniest things us as a people do. Like, dog, you trying to shit on a trailer of the jump. And Netflix is going, and it's again, we sitting here saying, out of all the streaming platforms you sit here and talk about, dog, Netflix goes above and beyond to keep black shows in rotation, from giving you a season 2 of Nemesis, and you talking about what we on about season 3 about to be for Beauty and Black, and they already got renewed for a season 4. So it's like, why are you sitting here trying to shit on whatever we don't? If you don't like it, just don't sit. You don't have to get on the internet and say you don't like it. Just don't watch it. Don't talk about it. I swear to God, I hate that we live in an era where people be so pressed to run to just like push out the negative stuff. And let's be clear, I will even get into that again in a minute when we sit here even talk about the lack of coverage from black media spaces when it comes to Angel Reese. Because again, when it was the other hand, when it was the bad side and you felt like, oh, we could do the race bait and shit and this, that, and the third way, it's like, I don't even look at people like, even for like Joe Budden, and I kind of be like, damn, y'all was quick to sit here and talk about it when you could sit here and put some versus shit to it. But now it's kind of like the rabbit got the gun at this point. It's like, niggas be like, why you ain't talk about it now? Like that to me is like, I hate that when I can sit here and see black people, like, you highlight stupid shit, but you don't sit here and highlight positive stuff. You don't sit here and celebrate certain, and I don't care if you sit here and feel like, oh, the negative shit get more clicks and views on it. Cool, I don't care. But don't sit here and not take that same platform. If you build up, let's sit here and say, if you throw up 20 negative posts, at least give me 7 positive jokes. I hate that I've seen people sit here and try to shit on A Different World on the theme song, and I hate that people sit here and try to shit on the trailer. Like that to me was just like, bro, allow the show to play out. Like Netflix, to me, especially when it comes to like black shows, Netflix don't be getting it wrong to me. So they're going to always get the benefit of the doubt with me on that one. So again, like I said, if you want to watch the original Different World, go watch the original one. And even again, but I do want to sit here and ask you, because of course, Joe, they had the verses. I didn't watch it because I definitely was watching, who was Atlanta Dream playing that day? I want to say they was playing Atlanta Sparks that day. So I mean, LA Sparks. So I definitely didn't watch the verses, but I did see the clips of Joe bringing out 50 Cent, and they performed The Power, the Big Rich Town. I want to ask you, do you believe that Big Rich Town is the biggest, probably most popular TV theme song ever?
I would say ever.
Because, go ahead.
Yeah, I don't think I would say ever. I mean, I think it's pretty popular, but I don't know if necessarily ever. Like, forever, like all out of all the, I don't think it's like the top one.
What you would feel like? What's bigger than Big Rich Town? And the reason why, because I just don't know. Like when I'm sitting here thinking about like, if you could pick any, I don't necessarily, whatever song you feel like is bigger than Big Rich Town, it's almost like, damn, what song could, like, if like somebody was randomly doing a concert and somebody like just cut on that theme song, where everybody sit here and sing it, like maybe Good Times.
Yeah, you mean what they sing?
Like what? No, I know we know they'll sing Big Rich Town because you've seen it on Versus. You got to see it with your own 2 eyes. He performed. He bring 50 Cent out. The whole crowd go crazy, and it's a Big Rich Town, and the whole crowd rapping 50 Cent verse. They sing the hook. Everybody loved that song. Everybody know that song, and I do think realistically, even for 50 Cent, it kind of shows you where it's like. And I'll play a clip of 50 Cent here saying like why he don't feel like I don't even need to put out no new music or go do like try to put out an album or anything, because it's like it ain't no point, because people kind of they'll appreciate my music. If I put out my music, I can put it out via my TV shows, and it'll get a bigger and a better response. Which, to be God honest truth, that's the truth to it. Like that's not. I wish it was a lie, but it ain't a lie. So it's kind of like I don't necessarily know. I don't know. I try to think about like what's another TV show that has just like.
You mean that people just that like people sing along with?
Mm-hmm.
You have the Fresh Prince.
Okay, you're right.
I mean, Fresh Prince, you got that.
Because you're absolutely right. Anytime somebody sit here and say, I'm from West Philadelphia, everybody gonna be like, I'm born and raised in the playground where I used to spend most of my days. So I'm with you on that one. People like to random, like somebody doing an interview and people like, oh, where you from? And people like, I'm from West Philly. And then niggas off the rip, that's what they always say. You kind of only got to do black shows because I don't necessarily know any white shows. Like, what's the interest? If you got a white show that you know, tell me, put it in the chat. I don't necessarily know. I don't know no Jones off the top of my head that I can see. What's the Friends on how it go? I don't know. I never really watched Friends. Like Friends is one of them shows where I almost feel like
I've never watched it. I never, but the theme song itself, like people know the theme song.
Boy Meet World. I don't know that one. Like some of them shows where you got to think about again. That's why I think people you kind of like really think because I've seen all these shows. Even with Friends, most people have. Even if you haven't, you probably watch Friends not from beginning to end. Where you probably you flipping through the channel. Okay, Friends on. You just may just leave it on. Or even when you were younger, you may come in the house and Friends was on. You not that like the show ain't horrible enough to make you change the channel. Even like Seinfeld, like I've seen Seinfeld 1,000,000 times, but I couldn't tell you what's the intro to Seinfeld. So it kind of just be like I don't necessarily know. Like I don't necessarily know how you choose one bigger than like man that Big Rich Town. Like some of them other TV shows was big shows, but I don't necessarily know if those intros was big because some of them shows I don't necessarily Mo to the E to the
The Parkers.
What's the Parkers? I don't know if none of them can fuck with Big Rich Town. I'll be honest with y'all.
I'm not saying that they can, but they are catchy. Like people will sing along.
No, for sure. People definitely know Moesha. Moesha, Fresh Prince. I'm with y'all on all of those. But I don't necessarily know. Like we talking about at a concert where niggas will be excited to see like Joe performing and hit on 50 Cent. Niggas is gonna be happy as shit. It's a Big Rich Town. And everybody that and you gotta think about it. Like we talk about 50 Cent, and that's why I respect 50 because 50 know like I ain't about to play myself. I'm not trying to get the validation that these other niggas like Rick Ross and them doing. And again, I'm trying to find that clip when he was talking to Ebro about that because it's like, I don't, for what? I know for a fact what people looking for from me. I know that they cool with the intros to these songs and people know them, these shows. This, again, you talk about Power. This shit been on for 10 years. So people been hearing this song embedded in your head for 10 years because people watch Power from the beginning of the show to the end. Because think about it, even when Courtney Kemp was doing like the little talking Jones, so you was waiting until the end of this episode to see what was going to be the preview for next week. Like people watch Power from beginning to the very end until that shit is off. So that song is just, to me, that song is just a little bit different. I don't know the Proud Family. Like that probably by the time Proud Family came out, I know who the people are in the Proud Family, but I don't necessarily know that show like that. Let me find the 50 Cent joke. I was trying to. He was talking about the Penn State on that one.
Lastly, for you, I need a painful update. We have today. I was on that today. I got Michael. He wrote Brooklyn Finest. Okay. And he wrote the first pass of the. I'm getting ready to take it to Miramax. You know, so we can get it going because it's ready. The first episode in this season arc, everything is done on that. So we might see that 2026 or well, AZ on the phone today about it with someone because the details of it, like we'll go back to you understand the human side of the choices, so you can slow down. When you slow down, you get a chance to see the jealousy growing and things that happen that cause these situations between each other. Lastly, for you, I need a painful update. Today.
Oh, I got the 50 Cent. Here we go.
Only giving us music as themes and intro. Yeah, I'm not trying to be in the way. See, look, hip hop culture is connected to your culture. You're not supposed to be the hottest in nothing at 60. Fuck that, man. You still do your shit. Like you still sing and there's love music. It don't never.
But you never felt like you still have one more album in you.
No, I still got love for music. I'm never gonna lose that. I'm always want to do something. And those are like entries, looking to me putting a little piece of tab, something in there for them here. That I still do it, that I still got it. But you ain't giving us. I can't need it. I can't come. I know you're supposed to say that right now. Put it out. I mean, I do shit from 03. Fuck them up right now. Right now.
Do you have any
international?
unreleased albums? 50? You got any albums you recorded? You just don't want us to hear?
Yeah, I got music out of It got skipped out. If it doesn't sell, you keep it to your motherfucking self, right? I'm not gonna tell you this was a personal album. I made this for this and that. So why do I hear it, bitch?
Yo, but sometimes you need to share that with the world. The world needs to go through that with you. We want that sometimes.
You're at this.
Again, like I said here, shout out to 50 Cent. 50 Cent for just being self-aware, kind of just understanding and knowing that people realistically won't appreciate new music from you unless it's attached to a TV show. And I just like the fact that 50 Cent has just kind of you understand your own like hot and cold. You understand where you are in culture right now. You know that people are looking for more from you, TV shows than necessarily music. So I respect that from 50 Cent. I do realistically, real quick, I do just one thing I kind of want to real quick, just like a slight rant, not even a heavy one, because I do want to sit here and say I question for people who, again, just think about what I'm sitting here saying when we talk about just pay attention to what blogs be posting. And again, and the reason why I sit here and say that, and I always want to hold accountable, I'm not just sitting here saying, again, I'm saying this or bringing this up because I'm an Angel Reese fan, but think about, I seen even certain saying like certain blog. Now let's be clear, shout out to Spiritual World. Spiritual World is, I believe they are based out of Atlanta, the same way I think even with Ball Alert. So again, they probably may do a little bit better job at still highlighting and paying attention to just like the sports part of it too. But even for her to sit here and break this record, having a game 100%, almost flirting with a triple-double, only 2 assists away from a triple-double. But the thing that you sit here and see some blog pages pick up and see and still use her name attached to it is, oh, well, somebody at the game threw a dildo on the court. Like, there's just, for me, for that shit, when you sit here and do stuff like that, it's kind of like, no, what are we doing? Like, you can't sit here. How do you sit here and say, as if I'm a black page, I'm building my blog page as a black junk. This is not TMZ. My audience ain't built on none of this. This is not even a real sports junk. But you sitting here saying, like, arguably your biggest female black athlete, and you will skip the history record she broke, and the first thing you'll sit here and do is let me sit here and say, oh, somebody do a dildo on the court. Like, just think about the shit that some of our blog pages be posting. But real quick, I do sit here and want to put, let me. And again, like I said, I'll highlight it because again, I am a fan, and again, you know, one that's so funny about just like with trolls on the internet, because again, it was this dude in the YouTube comments, like after we sit here and recorded on Sunday, and I was like just editing videos and posting certain jumps up, and he just kept jumping in the comments on all the jumps. Like even for one of the episodes from last week, first thing he seen and say is, oh, what the nigga sit here and say, he was like, oh, you did a 3-hour episode and you didn't talk about them losing. Two things. One, my page is black. I talk about black shit. I'm not talking about no fucking Indiana nothing games. We're talking about the Indiana people in Gary, Indiana, not having power after I finish this segment. But I'm not coming on here talking about it. So again, even with that being said, it's just so funny where it's like, I'm not gonna let nobody speed me up or talk about anything I want, but then it's just so crazy how like niggas will go quiet. Like I'm talking about, this nigga was literally every joint on my YouTube channel, I'm editing up, posting videos. He in the comment section on the rip. Soon as the video posts, you ain't talking about what happened on Sunday. But then my only thing is, don't troll and keep trolling me, and then for the rest of the week you go MIA. Come back and keep trolling, nigga. Like, wait, you was trolling all from Sunday to Monday because they played again on Tuesday. So for your little 24-hour window, you was trolling heavy. Don't disappear for the rest of the week, nigga. Where you been at? Like, that to me is like, I hate that. That's again why I kind of just hate the internet, because like, if you gonna troll, then nigga troll for real. Don't go high. Like when you felt like you had the eye high for all the niggas. And again, I'm sitting here bringing this up because I remember first when soon as Angel Reese got drafted, niggas like, oh, she gonna be a role player and this, that, and the third. I'm not gonna lie to you. Is she absolutely bugging out right now? I ain't see this right here coming the way she bugging out on niggas right now. I didn't see this coming this fast. I was like, maybe year 5 she'll bug out like this. But at this point right now, niggas, again, I tell y'all this all the time, and I don't mean this in a disrespectful way. I just think a lot of y'all are stupid. You don't know shit. You just be jumping and you running. You don't actually watch the games. Again, this bug out right here, I ain't gonna lie, sitting here and make it seem like I seen this one coming, but I still think a lot of y'all niggas are stupid. I do think that if your brain, you thought that she was gonna be a role player, my nigga, this motherfucking float ran a triple-double at 100% clip. After that game on Sunday, when she missed that layup, it was the layup missed around the world. Everybody and their mother was talking about it, posting it all the pages. You can see that shit everywhere. Very next day, Tuesday, we talk about this. And again, me and Marcus had this conversation. That's why I love that I'll probably be the only person who always makes sure I mention the WNBA outside of Charlamagne. Shout out to Charlamagne, because he literally, if you watch him on Netflix, they be having random WNBA conversations. But with that being said, Tuesday they played Las Vegas Aces. It's Asia Wilson, big dog Asia Wilson. What I tell Marcus a couple weeks ago, I was like, I just couldn't start watching the WNBA and be like, I'm going to be an Asia Wilson fan because it felt like that's just some dick ride shit. She already goated. She was already, by the time I really started watching the WNBA, she was already at least, at that time, 2 or 3 championships in. Already heavy on the MVP. So I was like, you can't do that. Like, that to me is just, that shit would be corny. They'd be like, oh, I just started watching football and I became a Patrick Mahomes fan like at Super Bowl II. After he done won his, he already 2 Super Bowls in. I couldn't do that. You kind of got to find you an underdog. Let me go Lamar Jackson. You can't sit here and just jump on dick. But cool, with all that being said, that's Tuesday. Sunday, listen, I'm going to take every troll you was looking for. Niggas, I'm telling you, niggas was trolling. They was looking for you. They was up in your shit in the comment section, and I couldn't find a nigga after Tuesday. Locked up motherfucking Asia Wilson, cut up on the Akon. Had her ass locked the fuck up. 4 steals on big Asia Wilson. Dropped her off for a 21, 10, 4 steals, 4 assists. Get her the fuck up out of here. Pack the aces up. Come on down Thursday. Sparks, let me give y'all something. Remember Candace Parker, real quick, and I'm not going to take too long with this, but I just feel like a rack of you niggas are whores and suckers. Y'all sit here and just don't watch women's basketball. Because if you watch women's basketball, you wouldn't even fall for the low lights and shit like that. Because if you actually watch WNBA, all of them fucking miss layups. You can literally, them same clips that people do of Angel Reese, you could literally do of anybody. I can do that shit of Caitlin Clark, the same exact fucking game. She was airballing fucking threes. But cool, that doesn't matter. With all that being said, they play the LA Sparks. 100% from the line. The motherfucker was hitting threes and started hitting the fucking Scoob in the jump and had the goddamn owner of the team hitting the Scoob. Old ass white man on the sideline, Scooby! That was 100% from the jump. Again, your favorite podcast or your favorite person, whoever like the troll, you niggas are whores, you're bitches. I didn't hear not a soul talk about that motherfucking triple double. If you sit here and came and used your platform and sit here and question this girl when she did the Victoria's Secret, oh, well, she don't really care about ball and this and the third. Think about how every nigga had an opinion on when she was doing the Victoria's Secret. I need you niggas to have an opinion when she put a string belt to fucking ass. You are a bitch if you used your platform and you thought about talking about and questioning this girl about that Victoria's Secret shit, but you ain't got no sit here and say like, nah, she been playing out her fucking mind. Think of what I'm talking. 100% from the field and flirting with a triple double and still had 4 steals. Cool, that don't matter. You don't talk about that. The very next game, niggas probably was like, oh, it's a fluke. Because the numbers you was comparing, like the big blog pages, DraftKings, only other motherfucker did. This was the Joker. The Joker and Giannis, that's it. MVPs, champions, cool. We going to leave that where it's at. Come on down yesterday. Who we played? Phoenix Mercury. Gave them motherfuckers 31, 14 boards, 4 steals, and 2 assists. Man, get the fuck out of here, dog. I'm cool. That's why I don't want to talk about. Talk nothing to you. Figure out something to do. You niggas couldn't get in. The easiest thing, it was to watch the WNBA. It's less teams, it's less players. You could have learned it. You could have picked you a player. You could have had some common sense. But you didn't. So again, shout out to fucking Angel Reese, dog. I'm cool. Y'all niggas is dumb. That's it. I don't got nothing else to say here and say. That's all I wanted to say. And all I'm just saying is that if you want to troll, follow me. But where you at, baby? Don't disappear. That's all I'm sitting here saying. Because I ain't gonna never disappear, but you're never gonna get me to sit here and talk about no fucking Indiana shit. Sorry, just don't happen. This shit say vulture. That means black culture. I ain't got shit for them white people. Sorry. Let's go. Let's go, Gary Indiana though. Oh man, again, like I said, let's go to Gary, Indiana. Gary, Indiana, my bad. Gary, Indiana. Matter of fact, before we go to Gary, Indiana, and before I make it serious, can I go let's go music real quick. I don't want to go to some ratchet shit before I go to Gary, Indiana. Real quick, Rap City. I do want to see him go Rap City. I do, out of three albums that I listened to. Matter of fact, I went back and forth with 4 albums this week that I was listening to. I listened to The Game. I listened to Rap City. I listened to Skilla Baby. I listened to what's my boy name? He changed his name. At first it was Hard Nah. He changed it to what is it? Fat. What is his name now? Is it Fat? What the fuck is his name now? What did he change his name to? Oh yeah, Fact Smack. He spelled it SMAXK. He from Atlanta. He had that song we talked about maybe for a second. I see and told y'all I was listening to the radio. It was like 93.9. They played the song with the Bunny B jump. Played the song like 4 times and said it was gonna be like the song of the summer. Which one they was wrong? I told y'all they was wrong when they played it 4 times in a row. But real quick, again, I want to sit here and say, out of all of those projects I listened to, if I'm gonna be absolutely honest with y'all, and this probably will be a surprise, Rap City probably had the best album out of all of them, where I'm talking about just like an easy listen that I can catch myself just allowing it to just completely play out, and it just really don't have no skips, because it's just like the style of the music is just so smooth and so subtle, and it's just not really just doing too much, where it's like the beat selection and the tone of the music was absolutely perfect. And it just was like, it was a great listen. Like, not even gonna say a good listen. And in the Game, I do want to give the Game some credit. The Game was rapping his ass off. Like, I'm not sitting here saying the Game album was a bad album. Like, the Game, I liked it a lot. Like, I was listening to it and it was like, oh, I get it. Like, the Game can really rap his fucking ass off. If you thought he couldn't really rap, like, that nigga can rap for real. Like, even with that song with him and Lil Wayne, it was like, dang, this nigga was bugging out. Like, he cleaned Wayne ass up. I'm not even gonna hold you. Like, because so, but still, when we just talking about just like easy listen, something that I don't have to force myself to listen to, the Rap City joint was just a easier listening. But I do want to play a clip from her real quick. She was doing an interview, kind of telling people why she don't fuck with Vlad.
No Jumper and Vlad, the whole industry. So when I heard that part, I was like, damn. I think you're one of the first few people that I ever heard. Like, that's a lot of conversation people have amongst each other, labels, teams, and stuff like that. But to say it on the record, I was like, damn, this is interesting, because I don't know if it's I mean, I want your perspective on it, but I don't know that people are having these conversations out loud, and maybe that's a thing. Maybe that should be the process.
Yeah, I'm a truth teller, truth seeker through and through. And if it don't do anything, it should spark the conversation. Yeah. Again, like, why do we go sit down with certain people and give so much of a story where I don't think it's necessarily protected? And then, like, I'm just trying to see an angle. I just love this culture.
Could again on culture turn.
So again, like I said, shout out to Rap City and her just even calling out. Again, I think sometimes when we talk about rappers and you talk about blog pages, it's like, why are you in such a rush to kind of sell your soul and sell your culture for clicks and views? Because again, I do agree with her. I do think too many rappers be pressed to go run up to No Jump or go run up to Vlad and build up some of these platforms instead of figuring out how to help build up your own. Because you can kind of tie that back into sports, where it's like so many people are so used to like getting all their information from ESPN, where I kind of hate to see people always complain about like what ESPN don't sit here and post or what they don't talk about. But I'm like, it's other people on social media who's talking about those same things that you're looking for. Just help amplify those voices. Like, that to me is more important. Instead of complaining about who don't talk about whatever the case may be that you're looking for, there's somebody else on social media right now or on YouTube talking about what you're looking for. And when you find somebody that you like that's talking about what you appreciate, amplify those voices, because all it takes is, again, when you say, man, I'm talking about, and again, this is not my realm or world, but again, shout out to the white people who they was killing Pat McAfee. I think he put out like a little album or mixtape or some shit, man. They was dragging him to fucking hell on TikTok and Instagram. I don't even know how I stumbled, maybe because, again, it's sports, so maybe that's kind of how I stumbled in it. But people was dragging him to hell. But again, he still built his own shit up on YouTube. He got so big with ESPN wanted to buy his shit from him or lease his product out so they can put it on ESPN. But again, he had to build it up. I hate that people sit here and will complain about what shit ESPN don't post. Post what you like. If you see somebody that's relatable to you, somebody who's talking about your favorite player, your favorite team, your favorite music, favorite TV show, amplify those voices. That's one of the reasons why I sit here and be like, oh, I like what this person do. Let me sit here and play these clips in here. I don't have to sit here and bring in every topic. If I see somebody, especially when I play the young lady from here, the Neighborhood Watch. One, she's from here, and then two, I like the TV shows and the movies that she talk about. I don't have to sit here and act like I'm recreating the wheel. I can just highlight a voice that I already like. So if other people into trying to find new movies and TV shows, they can go follow her. I hate that people sit here and we'll sit here on the internet and complain all day long about stuff. And real, before I get into skill, even with Skilla Baby, I've seen people on the line complaining and talking about his new album. Two things I sit here and think of what this is. Again, I feel for Skilla Baby because he went through some real life stuff. Somebody tried to kill him. He literally got shot up and his car got crashed and everything in a shootout. I don't know why niggas be thinking that people ain't real and you want him to come back and be on some super rah-rah man shit when he put out a new project. No, he gonna talk about how he really feel. And is he talking with a little bit more passion in his voice? Is he talking with a different tonality? Because realistically, he probably seen his life flash before his eyes. Not again, if you want to sit here and say, oh, I don't like him no more because that happened to NBA Youngboy or Lord Durk, all of them niggas is not wired the same. I hate the fact that y'all feel like this boy can't even sit here and give off no type of vulnerability of what he's going through and how he's feeling after almost losing his life. Like, I'm listening to the project. It's not a bad project. Again, but maybe I'm not his core audience, so I'm listening with like almost still with like new ears, so I'm not comparing it or judging it yet. So I don't. And people saying he getting soft, but how can you sit here and say he getting soft? And his biggest songs was girl songs. His biggest songs wasn't no street shit. His biggest songs was girl songs. So it's like, how you getting mad at the girl song nigga for kind of like, now I'm still talking about street shit, but I'm kind of like talking about it from like almost a survival space and not necessarily on some super rah-rah shit. Like that to me would be a little bit delusional and dishonest. But again, I think sometimes we live in a day and age where niggas be on some video game shit, so you just don't know the reality of what you're supposed to be getting. I respect Skilla Baby for keeping it vulnerable and being honest about actually his real experiences instead of trying to come back and be on some G.I. Joe type shit.
I think it's an amazing body of work. I love seeing his maturity as a person and as a rapper. The thing that bothers me the most, sorry, I'm in public. The thing that bothers me the most is that I keep seeing men in the comments talk about Skilla Baby went soft. And that's my thing to myself. Isn't that the goal? Isn't the point of getting older and growing out of the hood is to make it out alive, like bettering yourself and trying to grow from the trauma that you experienced while you were a child? Isn't that the goal? But the goal to these nothing is that remain stagnant in their life, no growth, no nothing. They want to continue hearing the same violence and destruction that has led to so many rappers that rap about the same thing being dead or in jail. He doesn't want to die. He wants to live his life. He wants to grow from his circumstances. So why is being soft? Why is going soft? Why is that? I think it's an amazing.
I don't listen to this Skilla Baby album twice now, bro, and I can say that I am disappointed. I expected better. I understand what type of lane he was going for. I understand that his sound is like more mainstream, but it just wasn't his bad work. That's not the Skilla Baby that we wanted or that we know. You see, I love that crack music Skilla Baby. I understand that. When he made the transition into last tape music and making more women-esque music, I understood that too. But bro, a whole album of no shit talking, I don't understand that, bro. The album had a few good songs, bro, but it literally just missed the mark. It just really missed the mark for me, bro. And I'm just like, damn, bro.
And again, my opinion on this is, again, I just think we live in a day and age where a lot of y'all niggas haven't been beat up. You've never been shot at before. You've never been locked up. So you live in La La Land. You expect a nigga who literally almost lost his life to get on the very first night. He's not supposed to have his real life. Not saying he never may go back to the rah-rah shit. He may go outside one day and get it cracking on the nigga. And the next time he get in the booth, now he want to talk about how he got it cracking on the nigga. But right now, he literally just did an interview with Pretty B, and this nigga started crying. He was doing an interview and literally started crying, real tears. What the fuck made you think you was gonna press play on this nigga shit and he wasn't gonna have some introspective music and be talking about how he actually feel? That to me is fucking retarded. And y'all niggas be slow, and you live in a world where you have actually nothing has happened to you in real life, so you think you're gonna press play and every nigga is going to be on some Rambo shit. That's not the real world. That's not how the real world works. I promise you. I'm sorry. Let somebody sit here and come close to taking your life. I promise you, you will value life completely different. You will talk about life completely different. You will start moving completely different. That's the reality. That's the real world. This is not a fucking movie, dog. I'm not mad at Skilla Baby. So if you're looking for the rah-rah nigga, it's always rah-rah music to go find and go listen to. You can find you some rah-rah shit to listen to, but I respect Skilla Baby for just being honest to truly how he feel right now today. Again, not sitting here saying maybe a year from now, maybe during the wintertime, he may get some of his darkest moments and he may be wanting to get some shit off and talk crazy to niggas. But again, y'all niggas didn't even get him popular. If he would have just kept making street music, Skilla Baby wouldn't even be in the conversation of the top 5 niggas from Detroit. And he still, for some Detroit niggas, he still may not be in their top 5.
Of course, like when it comes to fan base and stuff like that right now, I mean, the day and age of music, do you really think like is that even a good fan base to even have for
which one?
I'm guessing the hood fan base, because I'm just like, once you like, damn, if I change my sound or if I find something else, or it don't all work, it's like those probably the quickest ones to
lose for sure. Of course, I mean, let's be honest. The hood fan base is going to always be the most wishy-washy fan base because realistically, and one again, it kind of puts you in a small box where you kind of really can't expand because even for him, again, his biggest songs are the girl songs. People know him from what's the Joan all the little baby songs, whatever the songs he was like, some you so fine, baby, whatever, all the little girl songs. I can't remember all on top of my head, but all his biggest songs are girl songs. And his girl songs was so big that other niggas was going, when they were trying to do girl songs, they was running to go get a Skillet Baby feature because they didn't want to sing, like, if I'm a dick ride this nigga, at least let me put him on my song. Rob 49 did that shit like 3 different times with Skillet Baby. I want to say when Rob 49 went up to the Breakfast Club, he's like, nigga, me and Skillet Baby got a whole fucking mixtape together. They just never put it out yet. But again, I respect Rob 49 because he was like, nah, this shit working for him because this is giving him some extra legs. Because again, even as a dude, when I do a show, and this is somebody who managed the band before, and we sit here and say, I want to make more girl songs because when I go to your, because guess what niggas will always do? And I can tie this kind of in the LMA in a second because I didn't know that she was, and I was like virtually thinking to myself, but I'll talk about that in 2 seconds. But as somebody, when you're creating shows, you don't never want your shows to be just a sausage fest because even realistically, for some of your core male fan bases, some niggas gonna be like, man, that's cool. I ain't going to see that. There ain't gonna be nothing but a bunch of niggas in there. But when niggas know that, oh, nah, the bitches like Skillet Baby, niggas will be more imp to go buy a ticket to go see Skillet Baby because they know there are going to be women there. I don't want no nigga really wants to go, like, again, unless you're just some super die-hard hip-hop head, you really don't want to sit here and go to no concert you know it's going to be only niggas in there. So as an artist, you kind of got to know, like, I got to put out more music to bring more women in, and then guess what? Women won't hate. Women will sit here and support you faster than men will. So again, I'm not mad. I'm definitely not mad at Skillet Baby. Again, shout out to Skillet Baby for showing growth. But again, when we sit here talking about just music and talking about even just audiences, I ain't gonna lie to you. I was sleeping on LMA because like, let's say if I was really actually out dating, and I would have sit here and thought going to an LMA. And let's say if you're dating, you're not in a relationship, but you're dating, like you're just bouncing around, you're dating, you're trying to figure out like if you really like this girl, and you say, oh, LMA, come here, this will be a cool little date night. I'm telling you, like some concerts where you'll be like, damn. This shit was more than just like, you don't want to, because let's say if I really don't want people to see me out in public with this girl, that LMA concert would have kind of caught you off surprise because it was endless people in that junk. I was surprised on for that. I want to say, because you know how like some concerts, because like, let's be clear, like some people come here, like what was the K1, like the K1, or just be like, shit, even like for Giveon, it may be like a handful of people who may go see them. Like the show still may be sold out, but I'm talking about like, a handful of people you may personally know, or even if you don't know them, but a handful of people you may follow. Like, let's say like 10 people. But shit, that LMA John, I want to see him say, like, I've seen like 100 some people put that shit on there, like on their Insta story. I'm like, damn, this don't jam-packed, but it's endless women in it. So I'm like, damn, what if you would have went on a date and you would have got caught in that junk with a junk where it's not like, this ain't my girl, I'm just out on a date. Like, you never want to be caught out in public on just a date. Because that shit will fuck you up because now bitch like, oh, you got a girl. You don't. This is just a date. Because think about what I'm saying here saying. For most people, just think about what I'm saying. Because it's not Chris Brown, it's not Usher. So in your mind, you see it saying, LMA don't have a real big song out right now. So if you see his, what's the big song though?
That got one. The one that was playing on the radio.
Oh, I don't. It's not big. Again, when I'm saying it's ain't big, I mean like I know. No, that's what I'm. No, it's not like build up. No, but I'm even saying like what's on the radio right now or what's been on the radio for the last year. Like you would be stupid if you thought you could go see Mariah the Scientist and you would bump into somebody you know. Or Kalani, you know for a fact Kalani didn't have the biggest song of R&B for the last year and a half. You know for a fact it's gonna be endless people. You're gonna bump into somebody, so you couldn't be dumb enough to sit here and say I'm gonna go to see Kalani on a date with a girl I'm just dating. We're not talking about a relationship. We're talking about just dating where you don't know this shit may not work next week. I don't want to be seen in public like on that level with somebody and it may not work next week.
So you would take somebody to something like that, like you just talking to, like you just starting to.
But this is what I'm saying because it's pull your mic up a little bit. But it just depends on again if it's a smaller artist, why not? Like let's say if I just start talking to him,
because you're not a fan, you're not really a fan. But that's what I'm just saying. I don't know, like I don't know if I can take like that, like a first date type of That's what you saying, like a first date, like, oh, this ain't nobody.
No, because let's say, okay, perfect example. A first date. Anybody, if you really into comedy, you can go to DC Improv and nobody gonna see you. That's the big comedy joke in DC. Everybody be coming here, but you tell me I can go see Gary Owens and know for a fact that I'm not gonna bump into somebody. If you may bump into one person, but you're not gonna bump into 20 people that you know. But if you would have went to go see LMA, I promise you would have bumped into 20 bitches you didn't probably talk to before. And that to me is like, I don't want to be seen out on a date in a relationship. Cool, I wouldn't care, but I'm someone on a date. Like, I'm just trying to crack, and I don't necessarily know me and her gonna be fucking by the time Halloween come up. I'm not going. I don't like. I would have been so mad. Like, I would have been pissed. Damn, I mean, because you would have been ducking. I'm just telling you, that LMA junk was fucking packed, and that shit was in packed with a lot of women that I know, and that's no exaggeration. When I'm talking about probably like 100 women, I'm like, damn. I did not think LMA was going to bring them out like that. I'm being super honest with you. Before I get into some serious topics, I do want to play this one last joke. Man, it is Tia Kemp and Don't Call Me White Girl. They had a crazy, Tia absolutely violated fucking Mona. I want to play Mona's pop first, and then I'll play Tia Kemp's response, because Mona brought this up on her podcast, Don't Call Me White Girl.
I don't really like what it stands for. I've had this conversation all my lives. Sorry, just to me, I think it's corny that maybe we makes it ends up famous. I think it's corny, whatever. She's been famous for 1,000 years. Her resurgence is her with the phone talking. She is a very beautiful woman, right? I think a lot of that new fan base don't know that she been over in pictures with Rick Ross and all magazines. I don't think they know how ill that opportunity that she went to a jewelry store with his pop. Yeah. Like, why am I the only person that thinks that's a nasty interview? It irritates me. I'm so tired of y'all. I'm the only person with like, but whatever. She's super entertaining. Am I entertained by her? Not really, but she's super entertaining. I'm happy for her. Somebody call me to work with this lady. Because she's on tour, and me and her are doing the same kind of rooms. I said to him, she does stand up? He said, oh. I said, oh, what did she do? Like, what are we going to do together?
I thought she
See, it gets on tour, man. Boy, that clip up for me, please, just so I can show them. Listen, it pissed me off. I don't care if it's petty. It pissed me off. It pisses me off. When he said that, first of all, to be honest, I ain't interested in linking anyway. Ain't nobody link me. I'm not at that point in my career, whatever. I put people on. People need, shout out to Riz. Riz did a great job in Pittsburgh. People need a little, I put people on. I don't want to link with nobody that's already on and we got collaborative. I don't need no help. You know what I mean? I don't need our brands to play. On top of the thing, I don't trust entertainment. Nobody. I'm a full of you. I'm just nobody. And nobody was welcome when I needed it. Nobody was welcome. Since that bitter, I don't care. Y'all, everybody. Now, I don't want to be like that with a woman at all. It would be if she came and said, yo, I'm trying to get to market the black chick, to Philly or whatever, it would be a better chance. I still would say no, though, just to be honest.
You put some medias on all
yes,
all right, real quick. This kind of will go back on a conversation or kind of a slight argument me and Marcus had maybe a couple of weeks ago, maybe even almost 2 months ago at this point, whenever Mona got into the situation outside, and Marcus kind of was like, well, I wouldn't know who she was if she wasn't on the Joe Budden podcast. Cool. So we had that argument all the case. But realistically, to kind of bring that back in full circle, where now I kind of almost got to agree with Marcus just a little bit, where I feel for Mona, where it's like, she do comedy for real. I never seen her do stand-up. I haven't even really seen no clips or nothing. So I kind of almost got to put her in that same box where I judged Just Hilarious at, where it's like, all right, your peers are putting out clips, so they're kind of giving people a feel for what's going on. Mona really don't do that for real. So I don't really know if she's like funny or nothing. So are you feeling some type of way that you've been kind of doing this for? You ain't been doing it for that long because you haven't been famous but for so long. So, but you've been doing it for a couple of years. Let's see and say you've been doing it for like the last 7 years. Are you mad now? You might be. Let's just say 5 years. Let's say since the pandemic or whatever. Let's say for the last 5 years she's been doing stand up. Do you feel some type of way that now Tia Kemp sit here, go and start to do shows. Because the crazy thing is, I had the Tia clip already put that shit in my junk to sit here and play the clip of Tia Kemp doing her show, and she was having a little moment with the fans with the pouches. They had to put their pouches in the phone junk, where it's like now y'all doing the same size rooms. Well, so if you really feel like you're a real comedian, would you feel some type of way where it's like, and that's why when she asked the promoter nigga, like, what she do? Is she a comedian? Because it would kind of blow me a little bit if I feel like I'm a real comedian and you sitting here kind of on just some I'm famous because I'm somebody's baby moms. That shit would make me feel some type of way. But then again, it would now for Mona, you kind of got to look yourself in the mirror like, are you working hard enough? Because it's like you kind of trying to throw shade on her like she just kind of like somebody baby mother. She only popular from somebody being somebody baby mother. But if y'all doing the same type of rooms, what the fuck am I supposed to say like now? Because I don't want to see and say you're not a real comedian. But at the same time, it's like, are you? I don't know. Again, I didn't
even know she was a comedian. I've seen her a few times. I thought she'd just be doing like the little interviews and joking on. I didn't know she was a real comedian. Because even when I seen her she was at the little string prom joint, I was like,
oh, you talking about Tia Kemp?
Yeah,
I didn't know. I mean, I don't necessarily know. I don't want to listen. I don't want to be disrespectful to comedians. I don't want to sit here and say I don't want to say she's a real comedian because even the little jump of her going viral, I'll play it. This not even her doing like no real crowd work. This is just her like fucking with the audience real quick. Where was this jump at? Here we go. From her stand-up jump. I know I got it, but she was fucking with them with the phones. Tia Kemp.
Oh, I think I did see one clip.
Oh, here you go.
On Reddit.
I wonder why everybody hold the fuck up. So y'all can't screen record me? Hey, I don't know who owns this place, but if y'all don't come on like my niece's motherfucking phone, I know. Listen, motherfuckers, this ain't 1821. If you don't get these people back their fucking phones, they work hard to pay for, I'm motherfucking no.
No, real quick, I want to pause this and I want to sit here and say,
I don't think she got the port.
You saying she don't got the port? How many? Fuck the views. How many likes you think this video got that I just played? Just give me a rank.
I'm pretty sure it got endless.
This shit almost got 400,000 likes. This shit got this shared. This is what I'm saying. This shit has been shared 35,000 times, retweeted, reposted, however they call it on Instagram, 17,000 times, dog. Imagine if you are a real comedian and you have been working on your craft for fucking 10, 15 years, and this woman has literally, and again, this shit's something, there's endless people in this crowd. I'm sure this is a sold out crowd. And again, for her, she's smart because she's like, don't make them put their phones up because that's free promo for me. Allow them to record because those people, again, when we sit here saying like for Mojo Brooks and all of them, even sometimes when they don't put out their own clips, people in the audience are recording and they're putting it out. Now more people want to go to the show. Now you see, oh, this is what people want from me. So again, I don't know if she's a real comedian. This is the only clip I've ever seen. I don't even care because I know for a fact the crazy thing is the times we live in, she found the way to turn her shit into money where she can actually go sell hard tickets now because I don't even know why this shit got almost 400,000 likes on it.
But my question is, if she's not the headliner, and she's like an opening, that's why I was saying.
I'm 100% positive she probably was the headliner.
I doubt it.
Shit.
I doubt it. She had to be open.
Who she gonna open for?
Oh, I don't know who she gonna open for. I doubt she a headliner.
But if it's a small, let's go. You got to think about it. Most of those venues, again, that's why I said if you was going on a first date, think about it. Most of them venues only hold like 50 to 100 people. Like a DC Improv or any of them improv joints, some shit don't hold a bunch of people. They may sit 100 people. She can sell out. I'm telling you, this shit sold out.
I don't think she was
there. Yeah, Top said she threw her own shows. Yeah, so she was the headliner. This matter of fact, I know she's a headliner because nigga, this jump on the wall say Tia Kemp. So again, he said she threw her own joint in Atlanta. So again, I know that we live in a day, but again, I respect what she's doing. I'm not like for Mona. I understand. I see both sides. For Mona, you may feel some type of way because if you feel like you've been actually working on your craft and you've been honing your shit, you may feel a little bit salty that y'all two doing the same rooms, and because you may not feel like Tia Kemp is a real comedian. But again, if somebody can sell out their own jokes, I can't sit here and say who's not a real comedian because obviously she got an audience for it. If I can sell out shows, and again, this is just a clip from the show. This ain't even a real fucking joke. This is just her kirking out on the people who own the joke saying, let these motherfuckers record me. And this shit got damn near 400,000 fucking likes on it. Like, dog, that shit is crazy. Those are the times we live in. So to me, this is tight because you built up your own audience. Mona sound like somebody kind of a little bit hating, and you kind of trying to throw shade on her. So I do have to play Tia Kemp response because she absolutely went ape shit on fucking Mona. Like, god damn, dog. She went so goddamn, she violated the shit out of her.
For me, I don't know if you on coke or perks or what, but bitch, I smoke weed and I don't even move that slow. Oh, and I heard weed supposed to slow you down. You better get off of that shit, you fat swole face bitch. Oh, you don't, sir. Talking too slow in every video I motherfucking see. Chat, go talk. If you think I'm lying, go look, chat. I ain't lying to you. That hoe on something bad. That hoe on that white girl. That white girl, Christina Aguilera, and on that hoe on the percolators. Bitch, you on one of the motherfucking other hoe. Yachts too big. You better get off that dope hoe before you can talk about me, bitch. Like I said, I'm very ignorant, bitch. And I get dumb as a motherfucking plum about my motherfucking name, pussy ass hoe. Now keep my name out your mouth, bitch, and talk about your shows you can't sell out. Pussy ass hoe only get 20 people in the room. Worry about my flip phone. See, bitch, I mean, it's all, I done looked at a couple videos of you. You talking about me. 1 minute you're loving me up because cash down them. You a groupie. You a groupie, hoe. You's a groupie bitch. That's what you is. And see, you might be one of them old ugly red phone hoes that wish you were bad like me. And probably looked up on a baby daddy like mine. I know. I already know how you hoes are some hoes fit. I know. You give me that jealous asshole. Stay over there. Sit over there around all them niggas and suck they dick. Or whatever you doing over there with your butt in them and the butt dicks they got. Go pussy hoe. I don't know you. My fan base don't know you, bitch. And we don't want to know you. And none of y'all better not go over there and check that whole shit out. That boring asshole. Man, hey, Joe Button, if I was you, I'd get rid of that bitch and I'd go get Jess Hilarious or something. That hoe there ain't funny, man. Somebody don't call her white girl. You gotta look at me.
So again, like I said, it's just some people on the internet. I feel like you should be very careful on trying to do back and forth with. Tia Kemp is one of the people where if you don't have the mental capacity to sit on the internet and go back and forth with her all day long, her fans like this type of shit. I seen a video of Mona sitting here upset that motherfucking. Matter of fact, I seen a jump. Here you go right here. And she was mad that people were sitting here defending, like wanting to see this shit.
Fucking call me, picture your name on some shit like that, baby. I could do you a fucking favor. Number one. If I have any minds in here that's in here, what I want you to do is you can let them Tia Jones get off, but block them right after because I don't want to waste time with y'all. I'm not trying to make y'all Demona supporters. Y'all are not my cup of tea. Y'all sit around and schedule a notification in your phone to watch somebody call somebody's phone and check them. Y'all not my cup of tea. You know what I mean? Like, I don't need your view. I watched that lady get on her motherfucking page. She must have got into it with somebody, with the boy from Baltimore, Baby Drake Baby. She made 3 videos at him. She called that boy every gay slur you could possibly call. And y'all was in the comments, yes, y'all not my cup of tea. Dre Baby got plenty of material to talk shit about him without fucking calling me a punk in 30 different languages. It's not cool, bro. At the end of the day, y'all are so stupid. Let me explain, okay? Even though I don't have to, but let me explain. I'm a comic. I do comedy. I went viral 2018, right? Right after I went viral in September 2018, I did a stand-up show in December, okay? I love stand-up. I always did. I've always been funny. I didn't know I had the capabilities to do it, right? Boom. So I didn't want to do content on the internet and then build up this fear of the stage. You feel what I'm saying? Like a lot of your favorite internet comics do. They're scared of it, right? Boom. I've been rolling from the beginning. My very first show that I ever did sold out. My very, very, very first show. Had a 15-minute spot. I went on first. When I got on stage, the whole crowd left. Everybody that fucks with me know the story. Okay, cool. Tia had a show. On Tia's show, Tia got mad because the club locked up everybody's phone so they couldn't take, right? I'm a fucking comic, right? Comedians don't want their sex taped. It's a normal, regular, schmegular kind of situation. You feel me? But if you didn't have any idea about comedy, or you didn't know how to do stand-up, or if you really never did this kind of showbiz shit, you would say something stupid like, why the fuck y'all lock their phones up? Y'all can't screen record me. Y'all can't screen record me. It irritated me. I feel like you purposely talking like you want to sound ignorant, more ignorant than you already sound. I know the lady not dumb. I know the lady a hustler. Her motherfucking kids went to college. She understands the importance of college. I know she don't talk like that, but she's selling y'all a Mr. Show. Y'all like it. She's selling y'all a Mr. Show. Y'all like it. That's cool. Again, I'm not trying to bring y'all to me. This lady run TikTok. This her head. I'm not running no social media site. I don't have no. I can't say the gram is mine, TikTok is mine, because I happen to have a talent. The stage is mine. That lady went up here and told y'all that her manager or somebody that owned the Punchline in Detroit, I called him to ask him to call to her. It's a fucking lie. That man came to my show and asked me would I like to do something with her. And I said, oh, I didn't know she did stand up. That's number one.
So again, like I said, just to me, if I'm on, you pick the wrong person to go back and forth with. I don't necessarily know if you should be wanting to go back and forth with Tia Kemp. I just feel like you kind of just you swimming in the wrong waters. I think you should realistically find somebody safe to play with, because that's just a little bit too much. And I think it's a little bit of hate, to be honest. I think you got a little bit of hate in you because this girl has built up a platform for herself to be able to step in and do what you do. Because you sitting here saying, oh, I'm a real comic, and real comics know you want people to put their phone up. I kind of disagree with that. Like, I see Mojo Brooks, like one of his biggest things is he be telling people, hey, let me call somebody or whatever the case may be, and that's his shit. Their phones don't be locked up. So I don't think every comedian want their Jones locked up. Again, I think Mona just a little bit, I ain't gonna say you jealous, because you do got your own shit going on, but I do think you a little bit hating. But I do want to switch gears a little bit. I know I said I was gonna get into Gary, Indiana, but this one, man, I'm not gonna lie to you, man. It's the video, and this is one of the reasons why me and Top always be joking. I'd be like, man, this is why I want to stay single. If there's videos where I sit here and see go viral and I hear people having dialogue or conversations, and it just drives me crazy. So this clip I'm about to play right here is from the 520 podcast, and that's Jeff Teague and his men. And again, one thing I do like, I honestly like, when I first ever started seeing some of Jeff Teague stuff before it became a super popular show, like when I was first on them, they may have like 500 views on their jump. They used to be all them same three niggas, but they always used to have a girl on the show, and they'll kind of have like some of these little dialogues, because it wasn't like 100% like just really. At first, I don't think he even really wanted to lean into sports. I think he wanted it more to be like a cultural, like just on some like almost damn near like some Joe Budden type of shit. I think that's originally what he wanted, and then they kind of stumbled into the sports things because his sports stories became so big via social media, and they kind of just turned it into a sports show.
That's what they need for realistically allow it. You really just to sit there and know what it is.
For me to sit down and not worry.
Yeah, like 5K is cool, man.
I wouldn't worry about 5K a month.
No bills and shit.
I gotta pay bills.
He's paying a lot of bills and ain't giving me 5K.
Yeah. Don't tell, Barbie. We just saying we trying to figure it out. Don't tell y'all
Like 2,500, you be straight up.
Yeah, 25 is crazy. I would say more like
So he paying your bills.
if he pays out my bill, he gives me like 10 a month. Yeah.
Oh, hell no, bro.
For me to not work.
Everybody will come here, bro. You gotta hear this.
I'm saying.
I gotta get you 100 bands. Barbie, no.
What I'm supposed to.
No. Fuck no.
For me to just sit at home and not work, I would want at least 10 a month.
This is thank you for 10 a month. Take your ass to work to do what, Barbie? Get to that number. You
He said 5,000 a month. That's like if I was just working like a normal regular job.
$60,000 a year job.
Yeah, that's a normal job, right?
Tax free. You're not doing anything, Barbie. You're at home.
I never no bills.
You gave me no bills, and then 10K a month. That was just so I could just be comfortable. I don't have to keep asking you for it.
What are you gonna ask for? I'm giving you 5K. What do you need to ask for?
I swear to God, you ain't right.
If I don't have to work,
to want to do all these things. That's gonna be expensive.
Is that not gonna be a part of the bill?
So he'll pay for my travel with the bills, and then I get
you got $5,000 in travel.
Still got to shop, get cute, travel, Pilates class.
Pilates don't cost that much.
Pilates is expensive.
Hey, fellas, y'all in trouble.
They not, because nobody's doing that.
What all of you in the struggle? So our parents were lying, boy.
And listen, real quick, and I mean this respectfully, right? Yo, you sit here saying the partner was even the craziest shit out of her saying she needed 10K. She sit here and said for Pilates class. Just for people who never seen this video, don't know what this lady look like. This is, I ain't gonna sit here and say she's fat. She's a BBW. Where did it, when it, huh?
Is she really?
Nigga,
she wants to be on the girl.
Yeah, but she ain't the good looking Jones. Like she cool, like she's fuckable, but she ain't $10,000 a month fuckable. She ain't $5,000 a month. When Jeff,
that's the one they were talking about the van and all that with the Mexico.
Man, I don't watch every episode. Nigga, this girl right here. Look at her.
I think that's the main girl.
Yeah, she one of the main girls.
Yeah.
Her.
Yeah, that's the main girl.
Nigga, she ain't skinny. You shouldn't. All I'm just saying, she's not small enough that you sitting here and saying one of your expenses that you need extra money for the Pilates class. You ain't gonna look like you've never seen a Pilates class before. I'm not sitting here, dog. Listen to what I'm saying. As a man who's single, I'm hearing a big girl feel like she deserves $10K a month to do nothing but be somebody's stay-at-home girlfriend is the reason why I would rather sit in the house and spank my meat every fucking night. I'm cool, dog. I still would, but if she looked better, it would maybe listen. It's some women online, and she say I need 10K a month. Some shit makes sense where I'm like, I'm not gonna give it to you, but I can understand James Harden or Anthony Edwards and one of these niggas probably in your DM, so that's why you feel that type of way. It's some women I understand. They can go on their app every day, and I'm sure by the way I'm looking at how many motherfuckers is liking and in the comment section, I know for a fact there's some celebrity niggas in her DM. So if you see them saying 10K is cool, the crazy thing is one thing I hate about social media is it made women that I know for a fact back in the day you would have been able to fuck off of some Henny and a 4 for 4 from Wendy's. Now you see saying you want 10 bands. Like, what world are we living? Like back in my day, we used to call them lunch specials. Where I can just give a bitch $40 and I can get some pussy. And my homeboy maybe get some pussy and she think he cute.
No, I hear what you're saying, right? But then my question is, if you saying she gotta look a certain way, right? If she getting the 10K off of you, don't you think she probably getting 10K off another nigga too?
No. If that's what I'm saying. If that's the reality that you play in, but we can see it again where the difference is
I'd be mad as shit. Like, damn, I'm giving you allowance, you ain't gotta work, but then you got this James Harden in your shit too, giving you. I'll be mad as shit.
So of course, but yeah, I'm with you on that one. But she ain't got James Harden and nothing.
No. I hear you, but if she, like I said, I wouldn't. I think that would be more my. All right, that's my speed there. Then you sitting here, well, let me go get a dream doll where I know, damn, she got this nigga.
If Dream Doll, Marcus, no. If Dream Doll said she needed 10K a month, that makes sense. I'm glad you said Dream Doll because now we can just make it for the fucking audience. So listen to what I'm sitting here saying. This shit is mind-boggling to me because it just don't make sense. Like this woman is supposed, and I ain't sitting here saying like she's supposed to sell herself short. Like if she would have said $2,500 and you ain't paying no bills, that shit should be cool. Whatever you got to do, and you ain't paying bills, you should be able to get done per month with $2,500. I still wouldn't even personally.
$2,500.
Nigga, what else you don't have no bills? What do you got? What are you spending $2,500 on a month with no bills?
I don't think nobody would just be. That's why I say I think the money would. The way she said it, I think that's more of the. All right, damn, I want to do stuff. Like I'm not just gonna sit in the house. We don't got kids. Like I'm just sitting in the house, just watching the house.
Oh, so listen to what I'm saying. So okay, so cool. Let's stay here then. What are you about to do for $2,500 a month and you don't have no kids? You ain't got shit else. You don't have no bills. I'm paying all the bills. So explain to me why you couldn't get whatever you want to enjoy life with $2,500 a month.
I don't think so. Yeah, that $2,500 go fast.
Clothes.
You talking about a month? That's one paycheck.
You ain't.
Y'all, come on, use a tricker. That's one paycheck.
No. Listen, no, I'm not. I hear you, but that's one paycheck. If you got bills and shit, you ain't doing nothing else. So how often do you really even gotta get your hair shit done?
Huh? She gotta look the part. That's what I'm saying. I don't.
So okay, so what's a realistic for y'all? And what y'all feel like? Is the scene say stay home? I'm not doing nothing. The person is already paying all your bills, and y'all need more than $2,500. I'm a simple person, so $2,500 can get it done. I ain't got to pay not a bill, nothing. All I got to do is sit here and feed myself probably.
But again, okay, so she can't go. That's $2,500. She can't buy no purses, none of that, right? Like that's what I'm saying. You spent more money than all of us in here, but
I get what you're saying. But then that's to me is just like you could save, like where you in a $2,500. Yeah, you couldn't buy a person. You could buy a person. You just wouldn't have. You couldn't go do shit else for this month.
So I think that's probably why she said she put it at 10. Well, I don't have to ask you. I could just spend free.
So okay, how did you jump? Okay, cool. How did you jump 5,000 then? You said he said fuck the 5. Let me go to 10. Because okay, cool. Let's say if I agree with y'all, $2,500 not realistically a month for the average person who still want to go outside and you want to do shit. And you want to do shit on your own. You don't want your man to still have to be like, hey, can we go out to dinner tonight? You don't want to keep begging him. Okay, cool. Let's say I agree with y'all. $2,500 is not enough for an adult who still like to go outside and move around. It's not enough for you. Cool. Okay, let's bring it to 5. How'd you jump from 25 to 10 bands? $10,000 and you're not doing nothing. She's not bad enough for $10,000 a month, and we live in a world, and that's the part that's fucked up. And I'm cool. Listen to what I'm saying. I'm not mad at motherfuckers sitting here and saying, I know I ain't the fucking finest nigga on earth. I be shooting shit in the DMs and bitches just be looking and like just liking it and keeping it moving. Because guess what I know? That's my reality every day. Men got to deal with reality. If I see I'm talking about a bitch who realistically, and I don't even mean to use the B word. If I see a woman who's an 8 on the regular, let's just say she 8, when she get done up, she cool. Like she's some shit. You wouldn't mind hitting and she let you go roll. You may even go rowing her. Cool. And you may sit here and say, damn, me and Top joke about this all the time. This is one of our jokes where it's like some jokes where you know you could beat if you're willing to take her out, but then you ask, like, how many dates do you think you got to take her out? Even if you know for a fact, this bitch fine enough, I'll take her out on 3 dates. But now the question is, after you take her out on that 3 dates, how many more dates you gonna have to keep taking her on to keep hitting? Is it worth the 3 dates? So when you niggas like that and you shooting your shot at them type of women, when you know for a fact, I'm cool with 3 dates. Whatever the 3 dates gonna cost you, it is what it is. If that's in your play, that's in your mind. Now, what are you sitting here saying I'm willing to kind of keep doing to keep getting this woman? So if I shoot my shot at those women and some of them don't turn me down, then that's me. My reality as a man, I shot myself. Let's say I shoot let's say on a weekly basis, I may shoot my shot at 10 8s. And if none of them respond, then I know, hey, you got to keep working, dog. You just not attracted to these women. This ain't your week. It is what it is. But for women, they live in a fucking la-la land where it's just like, bro, you probably like, you might be like pushing 195, 200, and you sitting here saying you deserve 10 bands a month. What the fuck plan is this?
But see, that's what I'm saying. I think you're looking at it right now. So if she got the 10 bands and then she's saying, well, I'm trying to work out, I'm trying to do this. So now she's about to get herself.
I'm not helping you work out and you try to get fined so you can get you a richer nigga now. So you basically see here saying, yeah, you want my 10 bands a month so you can see here go get lay on the table, get your shit all chopped up and you can look better like fucking Mona just did. She went and got her body done. Mona, you should get your fucking arms done too because they look fucking insane. You went and got your body done. So now you want me to sit here and pay and finance you to become a badder bitch. So now James Harden really could jump in your DM. No, that's why I'm not giving you $10,000 a month. I'm not helping you become a badder bitch so the next nigga can take you from me. Now I'm really pissed off and ready to sit here. Now I'm going to be like the rest of these niggas in academics conversation. I'm going to tell you what type of niggas like this. The nigga who gets spent for 10 bands, he be the nigga who be mad at Angel Reese. He be, I hate that bitch. She missing her lips. You're mad. You ain't mad at her for missing her lips. You really don't give a fuck. You just hate women because your bitch ass got finesse from other fucking women like this girl for 10 racks. You the nigga who done wasted your 10 bands trying to chase this bitch and she got finesse. And matter of fact, I got another joke to go right here. A nigga said he was in this girl's DM being thirsty and her fucking boyfriend had her finesse this nigga for some free food.
I need to show y'all something that broke my heart. Okay? This broke my heart. It's torn into. Let's get into it. Ooh, why you not responding? You good? Yes? Why you ain't eat at all? We could have found something else if you wasn't hungry. We could have did something else if you weren't hungry. Huh? Question mark, LOL. I ate your pockets up. I did eat. Let's continue. I'm going to keep it a buck. That food wasn't for me. It was for my man. He seen you being thirsty in my inbox. He told me to link and you get the food for him. Bye. Now you blocked. It was broke my heart. Number one, wow. She said, I did eat age pockets up. Now, first and foremost, let's shout out love. Okay, let's shout out love. Let's also go back to this picture, which means this is the boyfriend that she brought the food to, that you paid for. This was her plan. I'm about to get this to go box what you want so I can get this Sam to get the food for you. Let me tell you something. This is wrong. Karma's gonna get her, maybe not. But I will tell you this. Was this plan well executed? Have I been on both sides before? Yes.
So real quick, for people who didn't get the gist, so it was a dude who kept shooting his shot at a girl being extra thirsty. You constantly in her DM. Again, fellas, relax. Shoot your shot once. If she don't respond, fall back. You can maybe even come back 2 months later, come back 3 months later. But don't keep shooting your shot every day. Like that's an F no. Like do not keep shooting your shot every. And especially some women.
Response, or you just said no.
If you don't get no response, or if you get a response that you're not looking for, like don't be super thirsty. Like you just get the random. Like if I send a girl if I send her like we'll say you know how on even do it on TikTok too. If you on Instagram and TikTok, girl put up a fire jump, you can even drop the fire emoji, you can drop the hard eye jump. If all she do is just like it, leave it alone. She ain't fucking with you for it. She showing she being respectful by just liking it because some women that just leave that shit on red and don't like it and don't do nothing. You can't just keep being in her DM every time she posts a picture. And again for men, I'm telling you, sometimes you may have to take a diet from watching the Insta stories because if you watch the Insta stories too much, you just become a little bit more thirsty. Because sometimes I do this to myself. You know you don't like this bitch for real. Like stop being thirsty in her DM. Why are you doing that? Because in real life, in the real world, if this was outside, I wouldn't look at this woman twice. But it's 2:00 in the morning. She at the club. She's smoking a hookah. She got her titties squinched up. She got she in the fucking club with like a halter top on. You just being 2 a.m. thirsty. If you seen this girl in real life, you wouldn't even give a fuck about her. And sometimes you may just have to put a curfew on yourself. Like, hey, I'm not looking at nobody's fucking Insta stories after 10 p.m. I'm just sitting here saying because some niggas don't have. I'm telling you, it sounds crazy, but I'm sure it's a lot of niggas who be in a lot of bitches' DMs and they be just laughing at your silly ass because you just on this jump being thirsty, and then this will be a nigga. And the crazy thing is now I don't necessarily know if I would do this to my girl because this is kind of almost like pimping. You sitting here having your girl go out on a date with a nigga. This to me is a little bit dangerous. I'm not having my girl go out on no goddamn.
Did she go on the date or she ordered?
No, she went out on a date with a nigga. She ordered the food on the date and took it to go box. What? Niggas no way in hell I'm going on a date with no girl and she's sitting here ordering food and didn't eat.
What if she said it was for her kids or something like that?
What the fuck am I buying food for your kids for? Again, but this is the problem is we live in a world where some of these niggas ain't get you. How do we get, man? Again, I'm not going on no date with no woman that I feel like I can't beat off the rip. Period. It's just not gonna happen. I'm just not gonna waste my time. I'm not gonna waste my money. But again, I understand there's a lot of thirsty niggas, and that's a thirsty nigga. For the fact that you was in this girl DM enough that her boyfriend seen it and he felt comfortable enough to allow his girl to go out on a date to get a free meal. Now, it's two things. Even if I'm that woman, you should look at your nigga like he kind of wild too, because it's like you just let me go out on a date so you can get a free meal. Like you think this shit funny? Like nigga, that shit kind of corny. But cool, you let her do it. And then again, as the nigga, you were so thirsty in her DMs, you didn't even see if she liked you enough. You ain't get a nude or nothing. You just got finesse for some free food for another nigga to eat. And then she had the audacity to sit here and post a picture of her nigga eating the food you just ate for. Y'all niggas gotta tighten up, dog. I'm telling you, too many y'all niggas just be out here on some wild, silly shit. Real quick, let's tighten up. I keep putting off the Gary, Indiana. I don't want to keep putting it off because I feel like this is a story. This is a serious story. Gary, Indiana. God damn it. I just had it.
You can make it to that. That is available. It is free. If I'm correct, NISCO did update yesterday and say that there is only 75,000 people now without power, as to the original 300,000 without power in Northwest Indiana as a whole. Now, the main thing I want to talk about is the fact that this is not on the news. I know this may seem small to many, but this is something that if everybody would talk about it and we can get into the world, the United States sends food and help to countries every day. We are on day 8. We have not gotten a FEMA package, not a presidential package, not a federal package. We ain't got a damn thing besides what the other cities is donating to us and what we buying. All these people in my comments saying, I never heard of this. I never knew this. How can y'all be on date 8? And nobody knows about this. Why is the news not covering this? Please take ABC News, take your favorite celebrity, take your favorite artist, take your favorite rapper. Please. Gary, Indiana, Northwest Indiana needs help. Now, shout out to me.
No, real quick.
What happened?
So I believe it was a storm and it knocked out the power. One, this is a real why I was sitting here and say shout out to the Breakfast Club, because the Breakfast Club, again, I don't care what y'all say about the Breakfast Club. The Breakfast Club is so fucking big, pause, and they use their platform. That's one of the reasons why I knew about it, and I wanted to sit here and look at it, because if I didn't listen to the Breakfast Club, I don't necessarily know if I would have heard about it. But on the Breakfast Club all week, people from Gary, Indiana, has been calling. And again, another.
I think I just seen it with Trader Truth.
Yeah, Trader Truth. I'm gonna finish playing her, John. But shout out to Trader Truth, Keith Lee, and I know I gave Tyrese Halliburton shit last week, but again, shout out to Tyrese Halliburton. He at least he played it. And again, this is another reason. Let me tell y'all another reason why I will never in my life talk about the women's basketball in Indiana. Those bitches been wasting their time talking about fucking trans people playing basketball. Not a soul, not the black women, not the white women, not one motherfucker on that team ain't said shit about these people in Gary, Indiana. And cool, and maybe y'all feel like it don't matter because them black ass people don't never come and see y'all bitch asses in the first place. But that's my fucking point on why I don't even acknowledge them motherfuckers, because them motherfuckers got time to talk about every fucking thing else, but you ain't got time to sit here and acknowledge this is a fucking city where y'all play at, and these motherfuckers do not have no power at all. Use your voice for that. If you don't want to sit here and use your voice for nothing else, at least support the fuck where you play at. Like, that shit to me is crazy. Again, shout out to Tyrese Halliburton. I know I sit here and say nobody don't give a fuck about watching niggas play in Indiana, period, but I will respect that you sit here taking your bread and investing back into people in your city who support you, because you know right now they're going through hard times. I'll play the Keith Lee part after I finish playing her, Joe.
He's doing his thing. You know, y'all need to do a little bit more better updates. Like, y'all need to be updating as much as I'm updating. So all my people, we need to be grooving together. We do not need to be laughing at each other over stupid stuff. We do not need to be talking about each other. We do not need to be arguing over whether it's day 6, 7, 8, or 9. It doesn't matter. We are out of power. Do you know how many people are in a worse situation than you? Do y'all know how many people is deceased in their houses right now? They kids, because they was on life support. They was up on breathing machines. Like, we just got a refill on oxygen machines on day 8. Do you think that people lasted that long? You know how many people is up in their houses right now? And if anybody was wondering, an update on my grandmother's house, she does in fact still have a tree on her house. There are multiple people in business reaching out to me. I'm trying to get to everybody's messages. I appreciate everybody. If you have a crane, please feel free to just go over there. If you're not trying to charge us nothing crazy, all my proceeds is going straight to my grandmother's house, because I am paying for it out of my pocket. If you want to donate, please DM me.
And again, you know what's so crazy, because we talked about that. I don't know if that was last week or the week before, but I was talking about that movie, The Last House on Netflix, where you sit here and say, are you survival ready? And the crazy thing is, it was a lady, she called up to the Breakfast Club and she was sitting here saying, like, she had like 2 free, you know, because older people really be heavy on the deep freezer thing. I know young people really don't have deep freezers like that in their homes, but older people do. They stock up on their meats and stuff. Pause, if you got to say pause. And she was like, dog, they've been out of power for so long. And again, some of these people in Gary, Indiana, they sitting here saying they may not get to them until Labor Day weekend, so they may be a whole nother week without power. So like, they get them slowly but surely. But again, like she's saying, it started off 300,000 people didn't have no power. So imagine for somebody, when you sit here saying, like she's saying, they not sending them nothing, no FEMA, no nothing, and the prices of, think about it, if you didn't bought, again, this one pause, you done bought meat months ago and you had meat in your deep freezer. Now you sitting here saying is you, and what's say you kind of been just saving up, you've been stockpiling up on food, and now all your shit no good. Because I don't care what you had in that deep freezer, you ain't had no power for 8 days. We ain't even talking about the people who may not get power until Labor Day. All that shit is done. That's hundreds of dollars, because what you put in the freezer is meat. So you see, he said all that fucking, again, that shit just sound gay as hell. All that meat is just gone bad. What the fuck am I supposed to do? And now, because you gotta think about it, whatever, if you've been stocked up on this food for a long time, that shit it's not the same price now. You can't even just go restock. I can't be like, oh, so my insurance gonna cover this. They not.
I mean, it might not have melted all the way if you gotta keep opening it. You gotta think about
so listen and say, for 2 or 3 weeks, you think your the meat gonna last? The only thing you can realistically do is go to 7-Eleven and buy some ice and keep trying to throw ice in there to try to save some of it. But come on, dog, for 2 weeks, if your power out for 2 weeks,
you might have, like I said, I don't know if I would throw everything away. Like, you might have a chance, like I said, depending on how far back it in there. If you not keep opening the door and letting that the cold out.
Well, I mean, if it's a deep freeze, you ain't got to open it at all because you can't cook shit unless you're going on the grill.
That's what I'm saying. That's another thing. You ain't got no power, so you can't even cook unless you're throwing it on the grill.
Yeah, that shit crazy, though. Again, and I know we be having these conversations and it'd be like what ifs and hypotheticals, but it'd be so much stuff that be going on in America. And it's kind of like if you don't really lock in on the news, you can miss some of this stuff. Again, that's why I sit here and say, but I will until I can't talk no more. I will always take up for the Breakfast Club because it be just little shit like this. That to me is why the Breakfast Club is so important. Because again, for some people, you probably don't watch the news. I know most people don't. Because that part too, and that's another part. But again, that's why I sit here and said when I was saying a couple minutes ago is why we kind of need to keep sharing platforms and bigging up voices that we do have, so people can sit here and highlight stories that you may not hear if I'm cutting on the local news or I'm cutting on CNN or Fox News. You know for a fact Fox News ain't gonna sit here and do this because they don't even give a fuck about black people in the first place. But then even again, when you sit here saying like celebrities, how they using their platform, again, that's why I say saying again somebody.
Did they ever solve with the Flint, Michigan, the water supply there? Like that's what I'm saying. I think with a lot
hell no, their water still fucked up.
See, I think that's what I said. Music. I mean, I think just nowadays it's here today, gone tomorrow. Like nothing.
I mean, it's here. Is yes and no. You're absolutely right because so much stuff because we take in so much content every day. Like even just think about screw what you watch on your personal time, like on TV or what music or what podcast you may listen to. But just think about how much content you take in on a day-to-day basis just via social media. So it's easy for you to sit here and you may remember a story and then you forget and don't even talk about it. Again, even when we were sitting here saying, when I was sitting here saying thoughts and prayers, we talked so much, I forgot to sit here and say rest in peace to fucking Bigger Rankin when he passed. Because sometimes it be so much stuff. So if it's not on the top of your head and you don't sit here and say it right then in the moment, it's easy for you to forget. And you may not do it on purpose. It may be in your heart to talk about something, but you forget because you see so much stuff, you take in so much information. But again, that's why I sit here and say the more you share stuff that you actually like and you make those platforms become bigger, then you kind of you don't have to rely on trying to do everything and save the world on your own. But I do want to play this Cleve Lee clip real quick.
Here in Indiana, they went out power for 8 days. We was talking about doing a food tour in the Midwest because we're going to Chicago next year, Fire Festival. How are we going to do a food tour in the Midwest and Gary ain't had no power and ain't nobody talking about it? I, for one, have not seen anybody else outside of Gary, Indiana talk about what's going on in Gary, Indiana. And I don't like it. And if you know me, you know I put my money where my mouth is. So today alone, we've been on the phone with the mayor's office to see if there's ways we can get involved. We've been on the phone with Salvation Army, see if we can get a Salvation Army truck and just drive around and pass out necessities, goods, anything that we can get our hands on. Now I'm not only making this video to say if you're in Indiana and you know any ways we can get involved, please let me know. I'm also making a video to say I think this should be national news, and it's crazy to me that it's not being talked about. All the stuff y'all talk about on social media nowadays, everybody got a think piece on everything. Why not a think piece on the fact that communities that look like myself been out with power for 8 days? Gary, Indiana, we'll see y'all in a minute. The Midwest Food Tour is officially starting, and it's starting with y'all. God bless you. Have an amazing day. I'll be safe. This is my announcement. We will be there soon. Again, any way we can help, please let me know.
Again, like I said, shout outs to Keith Lee, shout outs to Tyrese Halliburton. And again, if y'all people feel like I just be picking on that women's basketball team, bro, think about it. Listen to what I'm saying. Y'all think I'm tripping. I'm 100% positive. I know people who don't watch the WNBA, and I know I've seen y'all share the clips and talk or even send them to me. And that girl talking about goddamn trans women and playing basketball. Think about what I'm saying. Say she played in Indiana. Why the fuck haven't you used your voice? But again, that be my point why I don't respect that team and don't respect nobody that play on that team. Because if you can use your voice for some shit that ain't even a topic and niggas shouldn't give a fuck about, that to me is my point of what I'm saying. It be certain shit I just can't never respect. Because guess what I'm going to do? Every day I wake up, I'm going to be black. When I die, I'm going to be black. So I got to deal with black problems and motherfuckers who don't respect the house shit. Ain't no way I can show you no type of respect. I don't give a fuck how good or how bad you play a basketball or how good or bad you sing or rap or any shit like that. I can't respect it. And niggas who do, you niggas is whores. That's all I can say about that. I ain't got nothing else to tell you. What else is going on in the world? I guess real quick, let's go, Yo Gotti.
One Memphis restaurant is still requiring you to have an ID even for patrons who are over the age of 21. The restaurant now requires you to be at least 30 years old to enter. Our 13th Choice Grant went to the restaurant on Winchester and has the details.
Being 21 still isn't old enough to get into certain restaurants here in Memphis. Here at Brevet, a new sign says you have to be 30 years or older just to get inside.
That's where it needs to be right now.
30 and up. That's That's what a sign reads on a Memphis restaurant Privé. For more than a decade, it has welcomed people 21 and older. But this week, they're saying, after a certain time, only people ages 30 and up can enter, stating it was a way to, quote, enhance the dining experience. In the past, Fox 13 has covered violent incidents outside the restaurant. One of the more notable ones from 2023, where 2 people were killed during a shooting. Memphis Police Department says in the last year, there have been 13 different incidents reported to them involving that location. It's not been confirmed if the restaurant made their decision based on those incidents. We did reach out to them but have not heard a response at this time. But people say they have seen violence mostly in the younger crowds there.
Start arguing in there, but when they get outside, that's when it all go down.
The new age rule has sparked a lot of attention on social media. People agreeing with this change. Some saying they may need to raise the age to 35 and 40 up. In the state of Tennessee, a private restaurant or bar can usually set an age-based admission policy as long as it's applied consistently. But Keisha Bennett says it would be nice to only be surrounded by a bit of an older crowd.
Or all the crowd are kind of laid back, they're chill, they're not with all the riffraff, so it would be kind of good. Yeah.
So far, the new age restriction is the only rule they've added. The same rules still apply here. No weapons, no firearms, no smoking or vaping inside. If you do decide to come up to the restaurant, make sure to have your valid government ID ready with you. 13 different.
Listen, I'm not mad at Yo Gotti. I think, again, the older you get, even when I see him was talking about Skilla Baby, when you go through real things or real things happen around you, your mentality started to change. I'm not mad at Yo Gotti because if you still want to close, and one, I've heard Yo Gotti even, I want to say, he was on the Breakfast Club? I believe this was Angela Yee was there, because I know at one point in time, Angela Yee was trying to dibble and dabble in the restaurant business, and she was sitting, and they was having a conversation. Her and Yo Gotti was having a conversation, and was sitting here saying how restaurant business is a hard business to maintain in the first place, without all the extra stuff on it. So if I'm Gotti, I can kind of understand where it's like, let me sit here and make this age a little bit higher, and I'm not even mad at the people who sit here and said they would probably wanted to be a little bit more 35 and older, because realistically, the sad thing is now, this day and age, 30 on the nose, I don't necessarily know how grown people are 30 on the nose, but I do know it's still a huge gap from 21 to 30. But again, the older you get, 30, sometimes you kind of meet people where they don't seem like they as mentally put together. So you kind of, I see both sides where it's like, I understand I would want to go somewhere where it's 30 and up. It will probably be more intriguing for me to see and say, yeah, I'll go there instead, especially when you're in Memphis. And Memphis is a very violent city. Again, one of the reasons why I kept always telling y'all, I ain't mad at John Morant for riding around Memphis with the Joan. Because if you're not really tapped in and don't know what's going on in Memphis, and you just somebody who watching basketball games, you won't never understand it. But when you pay attention and you hear stories like this, it lets you know, like, Memphis ain't nothing to be played with. And that's the reason why, again, I'm not mad at Yo Gotti, because adults be wanting to go and do adult shit. I don't want to sit here and be around a bunch of young niggas. I don't want to sit here and eat. This is supposed to be a steakhouse. I don't want to sit here and go for a steak dinner and have to be beside some wild ass young niggas. Like, nah, I'm cool, dog. Especially in Memphis. Ain't nowhere in Hill. So I ain't mad at Yo Gotti. Sit here trying to up the age on the people so you can sit here and realistically try to just get a better grip on your audience. I guess real quick before we get into some more silly shit, let's go into our stay right here.
Anthony's trial attorney, Mike Howard, about Austin Metcalf's background report that was never presented to the jury. CBS News Texas has also learned new details about Austin Metcalf's background. Metcalf and his brother Hunter were once caught spray painting graffiti, including KKK Kill All Blacks and Heil Hitler, along with the N-word, and were sentenced to 12 months of juvenile probation. Records reveal they reportedly told authorities, "We did some dumb stuff. We did some vandalism." There are several documented instances of Austin using racial slurs in school, and in 2023, Austin was accused of bullying a black student in class. In 2018, while still in elementary school, Austin and his brother were accused of bullying and assaulting a female, which led to his arrest. During an argument in 2024 with another female student, Austin allegedly knocked her to the ground and punched her in the stomach. He was also kicked out of a football game and texted someone later, "I was about to beat the expletive out of those kids." At a previous track meet, when another student alerted Austin that someone not on their team, quote, "behind our bench was talking wild," Austin reportedly replied, "Kill that MF." During the 2023-2024 school year, he received in-school suspension twice. School disciplinary records from April 2022 to May 2024 reveal that Austin reportedly called a teacher the B word and used profanity. He told a school official that he couldn't control it and wasn't aware that it was coming. Before, on at least 5 occasions, Austin saw a counselor regarding his anger and rage during his football game. In 2021, he got banned from attending basketball games for a season after yelling profanity at a player. Metcalf also got suspended after he and another student were talking about bringing a gun to school the following day.
Again, and this is again from the Carmelo Anthony case, and realistically, I mean, again, this clip came out and this information came out when he was trying to get appeal. He did get, I mean, for appeal trial, he did get denied, but a lot of people are upset because they're like, damn, why none of this information wasn't out for the original trial? Like, they literally didn't let none of this information go out in court. Why people didn't know about this? Why wasn't it leaked to social media so more people can make a noise about it? So again, I don't necessarily know how it's going to go from there, because again, he was trying to get a new trial date, but then they got denied. So I don't necessarily know where this kind of puts him at. I do feel like hearing this information, you kind of be like, you don't, again, I don't want to be rude and be like, oh, well, this kind of make more sense why he did whatever he did, because somebody did still lose their life. But now hearing that information, it make you sit here and say, like, damn, what really happened that day? What really triggered him to go, you know what I'm saying, for Carmelo Anthony to respond in that sense? But again, we'll have to figure it out. I don't necessarily know how soon he'll be able to try to get a new trial date again, or when will he have to sit a little bit longer before he try to get another appeal. I don't necessarily know how that works, because I've never been in that situation. But again, thoughts and prayers to him and his family. I guess real quick, a little bit of local news, because it did already pass. I believe it was Chuck Brown Day, and I believe Chuck Brown's family see here and say they kind of, I guess they didn't want no more parts of it. They were trying to pull his name out of it, or them using his name and his likeness for whatever they've been doing, because they feel like whoever's throwing the events or whenever they're doing these things, they're not, I guess, using or getting in tune or tapping in with the family in the way they feel like the people should. I know I seen clips, I seen shooters got on with Backyard for whatever event that they had, but I seen that's what it was. It was for the Chuck Brown Day. So again, I guess of course this year they still went along with it, but because I want to say the news came out when the family said they was pulling out and they didn't want nothing else to do with it. I want to say that shit may have came out like that news may have came out like Thursday or something like that. So I mean, I'm sure if they already had it planned out for the weekend, I'm sure they're not going to cancel whatever events they already had. People still going to do it, but I do kind of wonder how it's going to move out. And I wouldn't mind hearing
one or two things. Either they're going to fall in line with it, or they're going to try to. Because I think a lot of the argument was because it's not at Chuck Brown's what's name, and that's just sitting there now. The little the park or whatever they did for it, because they moved it from there. That's where it was originally at first. They moved it, I guess, because they said it wasn't enough people. I mean, it's too much for the people, the volume that was coming in there. And I think like
slide your mic over a little bit.
It was something about with them not using the band, but then there was a lot of people say, well, the band was supposed to be used, or whatever the case may be. So it's like I kind of feel for it. I understand it. Like, damn, y'all using,
You basically using. I guess you're using their dad's name without sitting here allowing them to give real input on things, get more control and more. And I get it. I feel you. Like, this is my father's name. Y'all basically you again almost kind of like the Jade and Daniel situation. I mean, of course, this is a little bit more serious because this is somebody who actually is a legendary figure, somebody who paved the way for whatever form of go-go music you like or listen to still today, or you grew up on. It is because of Chuck Brown. So I do realistically, I'm sure their family wants some input. I want to be able to sit here and say, we're doing this once a year. If you're going to use my family member, my dad or my granddad's likeness, let us say something. Let us have some type of input in it. Don't be sitting here just holding his name out and using his name for, basically you using his name for likes and views or getting people to show up for something and you ain't properly representing from the family. I feel them. I understand it. I do wouldn't mind to hear them come out and say like what they're looking for, what they would like to hear get changed for they. So
they said it was they noticed them in February that they wasn't being a part of it.
Oh, now I wonder why they just letting it go. Why it just got public then this week. And I mean, I like I said, I don't necessarily, because I know I follow his daughter on the socials, and she like when she feels some type of way, she go ham and use her shit. So I don't know if all of it, if she was in on it, or she felt some type of way. I don't necessarily know, because I know I done seen her violate shit on social media. I done seen her violate her baby father and some more shit. So I ain't never really, she ain't somebody who kind of like hold back on how she feels. So again, maybe she might come out and say something or post something, or maybe you know how the algorithms now. Maybe she did say something and I just missed it. But real quick, before we get into I guess any more dating or anything else, I do want to touch on this football situation real quick because some of these college players are going. I mean, well, some of these college players who went and got drafted this year, played in a preseason game in the NFL and did decent in the NFL preseason. They're sitting here saying, hey, I don't necessarily know if I want to sign up to be on somebody's practice team. Let me sit here and go back to college. And I'll even read off some of the numbers compared to what some of these players are going to get paid this year going back to college compared to some of the players who got drafted. Matter of fact, let me read off those numbers first, and then I'll play these clips. Real quick, college football. Where is this number at? Right here. All right, let's go right here. What is this? I don't even know this young man, Darren Menace. I don't know how you say his last name, but he's the number one quarterback right now, getting paid $6.5 million. He plays for the University of Miami. So the number one draft pick this year was for Fernando Mendoza. He plays for the Raiders. He will be getting $10 million this year. So those two is the only one, but this was the number one draft pick. So you kind of can't compare it to anything else. Now, when it goes down again, the Rams, I want to say they used that was still a first round pick, but it was late in the first round. Ty Simpson? I believe that's his name. He's going to get 4.6. He plays in the NFL for the Rams. Of course, he's a backup quarterback. They got Matthew Stafford. So realistically, he may not get no bump. But the second person, he's going to Oregon. His name is Dante Moore. He's getting paid $5 million. So listen to what I'm saying. We talking about this is number one and number two. So number two in college football, the number two paid quarterback in college football right now is making $5 million. The number two on the draft for this year's in draft class in the pros will only get 4.6. So you see the difference where, hey, I can still be in college. I'm gonna give me some college coochie. I'm gonna be on TV. The Ty Simpson nigga may not even get no bump at all. If Matthew Stafford stay healthy, this nigga won't even see the NFL field this year. Cool. Number three, Carson Beck. Carson Beck had a hell of a game. And for people who may not remember, last year, for the last 2 or 3 years, Carson Beck has got super paid. He was the young white boy, him and his girlfriend, super popular via social media. He played for Miami. I want to say he got one of the stories that was big about him last year. I want to say he got his Lamborghini stolen when he first got to Miami. What school did he play for before he went to Miami? I want to say he played for Georgia before he went to Miami. So this year, anyway, he made a bag at Miami and he made a bag at Georgia the last 2 years. He is getting a hell of a pay cut from compared to what he got last year for playing for the University of Miami. This year being a backup for the Arizona Cardinals. And let's be clear, maybe it depends on because the Arizona Cardinals don't have a legit starting quarterback. He may still eventually become a starting quarterback sometime this season. But right now, at this point, he's only making $1.3 million. The third, number three is tied for number two in the college football. What is this? What is it? Trinidad Chamberlain. He is getting paid $5 million. He plays for Ole Miss.
I think that's the one that's going back.
But he didn't get drafted this year. He was supposed to be the number one quarterback this year.
No. Okay, no. When you said Ole Miss, it's the tight end.
Yeah. This quarterback, he's supposed to be the number. He's him. If he come out this year coming up, he's supposed to be going into this college season. He is supposed to be one of the number one prospects at quarterback. So he get $5 million. So number 4 on the NFL, what's this young man name? Drew Eleanor, I believe that's his last name. Who did he play for? I think he played for the Saints. He's getting $1.2 million. Sam Levy, he plays for is this LSU? Yeah, LSU. He getting 4.5. He's number 4. Number 4 is Josh Hoover in college. He getting $4 million. Number 4 on this NFL. He looked like he a backup for the Jets. Cade, I don't know how you pronounce your last name. He only get 1.1. So anyway, when you get to the bottom, the top 5 in the NFL, after you get out of number 1, the top 5 in college football get paid way more than the NFL. So I think we just in a space right now. And the crazy thing is with Congress and all these other people trying to get involved in this shit with all these people I just read off, all them boys is white. So I don't necessarily know if Congress know that some of their white boys is still getting the bag, because I do think they're trying to step on the NIL situation, because it is a lot of black college players right now where they're getting paid so much money that they're not geeking to go to the NFL no more. And I wouldn't either. If I can say I can stay at college, live for free, live like a king, and I'm getting paid millions of dollars, the fuck am I trying to rush to go to the NFL for, especially if I'm not going to start? Like I'm going to live like a king on a college campus and get paid ridiculous millions of dollars. Like, come on, dog. I'm going to stay as long as I possibly can. So let me play this clip real quick.
Weeks ago, I had a couple people bring to my attention that there may be up to hundreds of players who are released here in the final NFL cutdown day, which comes Sunday, August 30th, that could somehow find their way back to colleges. We now have NFL teams players per NFL team, 32 teams, 1,184 players who are going to be released here in the next few weeks. Some of those, depending on these judges' rulings, now will look to go back to college because colleges will pay. There will be players who have choices to make. Do I go to this practice squad where I can make this amount of money, or do I go back to college? If they go back to college, then colleges have to cut players to make room for the players that were just in NFL camps competing for NFL jobs. And again, I know we're in the time of a wild west in college sports, but this is something that is transformative and will shape two different sports with players leaving from the NFL to go back to college. We're going to be going the other way, but it could be going the other way now. It's crazy.
Now, again, to me, it's just some hate and shit. Like it's like you want to be able to control the money, you want to be able to control the narratives, and you want these kids to see him saying, these niggas, I'm gonna get cut from the pros anyway. I didn't make a real NFL roster. Yeah, so I went out there, I got drafted. And some of them ain't get drafted because let's be clear, niggas who got drafted like in the top, you got drafted in the top 3 shit in the NFL, maybe even you was in the top 4 draft, you're not getting cut. But especially if you're in the top 3, if you got picked in the top 3 draft selections, you're not gonna get cut. But the rest of these niggas, if they get cut, why the fuck wouldn't I go back and give me some money if I can, and then try to get back drafted, and hopefully then I get higher the next year. I can put out more tape and I can get me some more bread. So next year, instead of me being number 50 or number 70, whatever, getting drafted, now I can maybe get up to maybe like 15 or 20 or even 30. Because if I got drafted 70, if I can go up to 30, that means I'll get paid more. The chances of me not getting cut is a lot better. So again, like I was saying, I'm not mad at these kids for sitting here trying to do what's best for them. And again, shit, if I can go back to college and I can run up a couple million, one more extra year, and I don't make a NFL team next year, who the fuck cares? At least I got a couple extra $1 million to be able to start off in the real world. So shout out to those kids. I guess let's go into some dating stuff real quick. This one was nasty work. Here we go. Let's go. Man, this was nasty.
Am I overreacting? I think my husband might be the father of his best friend's baby.
Oh my God.
I'm 25 female, and I have been with my husband for the past 8 years. Now he's 24. My husband has a best friend, Tony, and Tony has a girlfriend named Sarah. We've known Tony and Sarah for about 5 years. I've always had the feeling that Sarah liked my husband since the day we met. About a year into our friendship, my husband moved in with Tony and Sarah for 9 months because of work. During that time, we were still together. My husband and Sarah had movie marathons every single night. They were alone together from the time Tony went to work until he got off, unless Sarah had to work that day. After 6 months, Sarah and I found out we were pregnant at the same time. Sadly, I miscarried, but thankfully Sarah's pregnancy continued. She was constantly telling me how she and Tony aren't physical unless she makes him. Again, my husband is still there during this time. Fast forward, Sarah and Tony have a boy, and this baby does not look like Tony. He looks like Sarah and my husband.
Goodbye. Goodbye.
Let me just pause it right there real quick. First, my question for y'all is, could you be okay with your significant other going to spend the night at somebody else's house just because it's an easier commute for work? Even and you know that they married, but at the same time, you know this is their quote unquote best friend, but their best friend and their spouse isn't sexual. So their best friend, they want to go like, hey, you know, for work, it's an easier commute. So instead of me traveling back and forth to home every night, I'm just gonna stay at their house during the work week.
Like I can see who's like, I stayed over there one day, but like it's a regular thing right now.
Yeah, that to me is kind of crazy. That to me would be a red flag, and I think sometimes people will be too like passive aggressive that you allow something like that to slide, because you can't allow something like that. And it maybe again, you in your back of your mind, you may be thinking, well, they married her husband later. It ain't like they, you know what I'm saying? But that to me is kind of crazy. Like, yeah, I don't know if I can do it. You ain't about to spend a night over another nigga house and be like, I just, it's easier for me to travel. I don't want to go back and forth to work for 2 hours every day. I got to sit in traffic for 2 hours.
It's not like you just going over there. It's his house. Like he's married. So like for you to be staying over there every single day, no.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Hey, this weekend we were at Tony's and Sarah's house, and Sarah kept making jokes about the baby not belonging to Tony and that he wasn't the real father. But when she was doing it, she was looking at my husband.
Oh my god. Oh my god.
Right before we were leaving, she asked me if my husband and I were doing okay. And I said yes. And then later, she asked my husband the same thing. She got really close to his face, like she wanted to kiss him. He says he isn't attracted to her because she's a bigger girl, which is stupid because so am I. What? Goodbye. I don't know what to think. Should I just text and ask her? Would I be overreacting? No, we should leave now. We're good. We are so good. We have everything that we need. Right? What do you mean? You're gonna say I don't like her because she's a big girl, but I am too a big girl? I am your type and so is she. Asking if you guys are happy. Why? Because she's unhappy and she wants to be with the father of her baby.
And I don't know that the baby just came out not even looking like Tony. Poor Tony.
Poor Tony, he just go to work. She let his friends stay over.
We know everything we need to know. I think we're done.
Yeah, I told you this one was going to be like us. This is stupid. Yes, ask her. You can ask her if you want. You can ask your husband if you want.
If you want that like definitive like closure or whatever, but we know.
I'm so sad for people who put up with things that they cannot stand to the point that they write into a subreddit and then they're just like, what should I do? And it's like, don't come to me with that because my answer most of the time is going to be divorce.
Do y'all think, do you judge people who don't have the balls to kind of just like, when you got to write into, I guess, like a podcast or again, like a Reddit group or something like that, you kind of already know the answer to whatever you're looking for, the question for. Like, why do we even sit and still put up with that? Like, it's so crazy. Like, you sit here saying, even in your mind, did you feel like my husband is sit here and slept with his friend and got her pregnant while she's married? And you sit here and you question it. But I guess my question would be is how would you go about sit here confronting your husband about that? Like, if you have that, because now let's be clear. Now, if it's not, can your relationship ever be fixed again? Like, you sit here and question your husband, like, hey, is that baby look too much like you? Are you sure that you didn't fuck Sarah? And let's see him say no, but you press the issue and make him go sit here and go get a blood test, and then it come back and the baby not his. How do you rekindle that relationship? Because you know that relationship will be fucked now.
But see, I think that's probably why they write into those plays. Like you saying it now, but like, damn, I'm ready. Like you want to hear from somebody else's opinion. So I feel like that's probably why most people would write into shows or try to, you know what I'm saying? Like just me hearing it or even saying it to you, like, damn, well, I wonder what they would say. Yeah, I might know the answer, but damn, I might need to hear from somebody else. So I don't fault nobody for doing that. Now, would I stay here and go back to, because to me, be honest, I feel like she want to stay.
Of course you want to stay. That's why you ask him. So if you want to stay, do you ask him? So as a woman,
if you want to stay, then
you don't say nothing about it.
Don't say nothing because if he say yes, you're not going to leave. Your feelings will be hurt, but you're not going to leave. So what's the purpose?
Yeah, I don't necessarily know if I ever want to be with somebody that much. Because if you sit here saying,
okay, my question, Eric, if you don't say nothing, and then now the mother is, want to come out and want him to be around that.
You're not leaving. So it don't matter whether does it matter?
Because that's what I'm just. It don't. You mean because whether you ask them.
Whether it come out now, you still will stay. But you want to know how mad you should be? Because you're not leaving. What's the purpose?
Yeah, that shit is dumb. I ain't gonna lie to you. Real quick, shout outs to JT. JT is picking up DJing. And real quick, I know some people, I'm sure people in the comment section was probably trying to laugh at her and try to clown her for wanting to pick up another skill or hobby to bring in some more money. I only want to sit here and say it's a hobby because if JT sit here and say she wants to become a DJ, motherfuckers is going to book JT for DJing. And it's still in the music business because, I mean, let's be clear, they have celebrity DJs. I remember, I want to say I was listening to The Breakfast Club and they was talking about how Paris Hilton is a celebrity DJ and she get booked up for a lot of gigs. So I'm sure that JT, realistically, if she wants to become a DJ and actually get half decent with it, people won't book her just because all the strength is JT. But I want to play this clip of her talking about learning how to DJ.
So yesterday I went to a place with Dorado to learn how to DJ. I see why DJs used to be ignoring the fuck out of us growing up. Like, when you go up to the DJ booth and you're like, can you play this song? Can you play this song? And we thought that he was being so rude. Bitch, bitch, DJing is actually really fucking hard. You really have to focus. And it's like, nah, get your drunk ass on. Like, that is like a real skill. And I just want to apologize to DJs. Growing up, I used to think that you just didn't know how to play the song that I like. Now I know you got to cue up. You got to do all of this. So you got to transition at home. I'm still learning, so I got to learn all the lingo or whatever, but I get it now. Like, I 100% get it. So all y'all motherfuckers that be going to DJ booth and y'all be like, hey, play this song, and y'all be doing that little shit. Sit the fuck down.
Again, like I said, shout out to JT. I'm not mad at her for sitting here trying to get into something else for enough, because I know that DJing bag is way more easier, and it's probably realistically way less stressful on figuring out how to stay hot. Because I do think we just live in a day and age where it's going to be a lot harder for artists to try to figure things out. Go ahead. What you about to say?
Let me ask you a question. Mm-hmm. Would you, all right, if she's DJing, right, you about to have a party, she tell you her price, let's 5,000
for JT.
Yeah,
I'll do it. Depends on how good of a promoter I am.
So you don't think that's a lot for her being new? Like, you have
hell no, because she's still gonna bring out people as JT as the city girls. So I'm still going to.
You wouldn't. Okay, so no matter her skill wise, you just like.
Yeah, I mean, because I think we live in a day and age where I don't necessarily know how good you actually got to be. Because again, like, let's be clear.
Nah, I think you can't just. I feel like you, especially depending on the kind of party it is, I feel like you got to be able to, because like you even said before, remember how you blend how DJs can actually blend the music.
For sure, but that's a skill though. That's gonna take too long. You ain't going. If you waiting for her to get that good, you never gonna book her. Nigga, that's a skill. Like, when you get to that part, you talking about blending songs, and you talking about you got to the point where, man, because it's so funny that you say that. Because me and Top be joking. This is maybe some girls who be DJing. And this is one girl where it's like her blends be like, what the fuck are you doing, dog? But she pretty as shit. And people be in the comment section be mixed, because some people be like, this mix was fucking horrible, which 90% of the time her mixes be horrible, but she's such a pretty girl. It be niggas on the stage gashing her up like she going crazy. And niggas in the comments be like, y'all niggas on the stage is terrible, because you know this fucking blend that she doing is trash. But because she's a pretty girl, y'all niggas is gassing her up. But again, it depends on the club, because if I'm somewhere like in Miami, and I can get JT to hold, or even if it's not Miami, if it's Rolling Loud, and I can allow Young Miami to do a DJ set. Do I think people at Rolling Loud really know what a good DJ is in the first place? No, but I can put her on the shit just because it's Young Miami. Not Young Miami, but it's JT.
But then you got a chance people leaving. Like, that's what I'm saying. I'm like,
she too young to play a song that bad.
And then there's still people like, dog. Just like how when we had the conversation about what songs you can't play. You know what I'm saying? I feel like if I haven't seen your skill, I don't know if I can pay that. Like I said, I get it. You might bring out but then it's like, damn, who really gonna show up? Because I still want people to spend money on the bar and all. You know what I'm saying?
I don't think she's gonna be that. I don't think she will be that bad. I think
if I was her, I would do the YouTube shit first.
Oh, like the parties and shit.
Yeah, like I'm just on YouTube.
Yeah, she can do that, or she can even do it on TikTok. She can do. People do it. I'm telling. I be on TikTok. They be doing that shit on TikTok like religiously. People be on. This is one girl I follow. She, I want to say she from like Cali. I want to say she like an Ethiopian junk. She bad as shit, and she be DJing and niggas be in her junk all night long. Again, of course, niggas just being horny because she's beautiful, got a good ass body. She always DJing in the little halter tops. So niggas be geeking and being thirsty and sending her roses and like really basically tricking on her while she DJing. So, I mean, I agree with what you're saying, but again, if I'm a promoter and I already kind of got a lit party and I want to put something like extra on it, like especially New Year's Eve or a Halloween party, if I can get JT or the City Girls to DJ my Halloween party, hell yeah! And all she wants is 5 bands, give me her. But I'm talking about you gotta already be a solidified promoter where I'm not just gambling and praying. I know I'm already gonna bring out people, but me putting JT as the DJ can help me charge niggas an extra 50 to 100 at the door. Hell yeah, I'm using her all the time. But while we talking about that, real quick, Wale had a tweet that was going viral that got picked up in the middle of the week, where he was basically sitting here saying it's a little bit crazy because to be any type of other profession, you had to actually probably like go to school or get a degree or anything. You use it, tied it into sports where it's like nobody can't just go and become a pro tomorrow. You have to actually sit here and build up your skills, play at a high school level, play at college, do the AAU. He was like, well, now in the music business, and the why music business is so watered down because anybody can kind of make a TikTok hit. It's hot for a second, and then it's kind of like it is what it is. Two things. I do agree with what he's saying, and I feel his frustration because I do think because so many people upload music every day, it makes it harder to sit here and be able to actually listen and digest music. Let's be clear, because again, when I just came on here and I gave Rhapsody her credit for her new project, it still was 4 other albums that she was competing against, and she was competing people in kind of like in her lane. Like I'm not sitting there saying like her and the game is the same, but again, if you listen to Joe Budden podcast, you know that they kind of like on the lyric shit, they on the backpack rap, but everybody in that room listened to Game and really didn't listen to Rhapsody yet. Where again, to me, Rhapsody had a better project. But think about what we sit here saying, where she didn't even get a chance to get talked about yet. So she kind of you kind of waiting in the line where. So again, for somebody like Wale, we all talk about how great Wale project is, but I'm sure Wale ain't trying to make 100,000 TikTok or Instagram videos to keep promoting the song. But if you follow certain artists, shit, I follow this girl from Florida, and I want to say, matter of fact, the girl who used to be on Rapish, and realistically, she literally is promoting the song, but every day she's putting out like 5 videos a day to promote this song. I can, if I'm somebody like Wale, you talking about I'm 15, 20 years in the game, I know in his mind, I'm not doing that shit. But realistically, the times we in, you gotta do it. If you don't do it, then again, that album is going to come and go. The songs are going to come and go. People are going to talk about it. They're going to champion you. Somebody randomly one day going to be like, oh, and niggas, we still ain't talking about how great Wale album was. Okay, cool. That's going to be for a hot second on Threads or Twitter. It's going to go viral. People going to talk about it. People going to show you love. Then it's going to die down the next day. So I get where he coming from. Because you competing against a rack of just noise and just content, and a lot of that shit just don't last, but it take people mind off of the stuff that's actually supposed to last. So I mean, I get where he coming from on that one. Let's go. Rhapsody, talk on the bit. Oh, I should have played this when we was talking about comedians.
Critique I've heard about you. Some people feel like, well, why he always got to say how good of a comedian he is? Why he always got to say that? Now, me, I'm like, Lil Wayne said I'm the best rapper alive. People started saying, yeah, he the best rapper alive. T.I. said I'm the king of the South. T.I. said I'm the king of the South. They're like, yeah, T.I. is the king of the South. So I understand from that perspective, but I want you to say out of your mouth, why do you feel it's necessary for you to tell people how dope you are?
Because I watched y'all not do it. They said, oh, if you really like that, the people to say it for you. I saw B-Ray do almost a different set for 20 years straight every Monday and did sell out shows and break records all over the country. He's been in hit movies. He's been in everything. He even had a successful reality show. When y'all talk about legends, what y'all gonna talk about B-Ray? Was responsible for every skit on the Kanye album, first and second album. We talk about Grammy Award winning classics. He's providing the funny all the way through. Dolo. When you gonna say something? You're gonna do it for Lil Duval. When you gonna do it for Duval? Tony Roberts. When you gonna do it? I'll tell you. Do not trust the public to give you your flowers. They don't know. Shows like this is so important because people will watch the show like, I didn't know he did all of that. Well, you watched it all. Absolutely. There's something about people are so moved by stardom and not art. Whenever you see somebody doing a whole bunch of dope, why can't you just say it's dope? And people hold on to nostalgia so much. I have 9 stand-up specials, and they'll tell you you're not better than that they played on Comic View over and over and over again. Right. That had 3 sets. Right. Now, I remember them 3 jokes. That was good. He was good. And we sitting here like, all of us got a dope-ass 6 minutes. But if I say that, oh, you a hater, you not giving the props to the legends. No, man, I'm sorry, but my generation is dope. Generation is dope. When y'all play with me, you playing with us. That's the way I feel.
And again, that's one of the reasons I just wanted to kind of tie that into the Wale clip. Basketball Wives was going viral. The alum, it was, I don't know who none of these people are, but I do know who their husbands was. I do know it was Robert Horry, Brian Scott. Was this Sean Kemp in this motherfucking picture? don't know who's the black. Is Brian Scott, Robert Ory? Fuck, I know one of these niggas is Lakers. I'm pissed that I don't know who this. Come on, let me see the names. Any other husbands' names? But you know, people was pissed because all these black niggas and their wives is fucking like the spicy whites. Like one of them got a hardcore white woman, and this was the black dude with the tan suit. I can't remember what his name is, but all of these niggas just kind of got like the women who kind of on the fence. You can't really tell if she white or is she like Puerto Rican or she like Asian. So you know, of course, people was in the comment section dragging those niggas for that. Real quick, man, I'm not gonna lie to you, man. This shit was so gay, but it was funny. Man, this dude sitting here was catfishing, feet fishing dudes on social media where he was selling feet pics and niggas thought his foot was a woman's foot and they was actually buying them. This nigga made $3,500 on fake feet. On not even fake, his real feet. He just painted his toes. Nah, nigga, that's gay, dog. That's no, man. So you sit here and say, no, this is what you saying. You sit here saying you would sell your feet pics as a man. You would paint your toenails. Sell pictures of your feet, and you know that niggas is buying them.
Nigga, you just said how much he made?
He made $3,900. Marcus, you true. You might as well start an OnlyFans page and just put this shit up on one of them gay pages. Then,
but I don't think nobody was named. Like I said, they thought it was a female foot. You finessing them.
Well, I get cool. You finessing them, but as a man, I still know what I'm doing and who's buying this. I know this is for men buying this. I know I'm painting my feet trying to make it look like a woman. I know I'm taking pictures of my feet to sell it to men. I ain't no way in hell I'm doing that, dog. I'm cool.
I don't mean nothing about you.
It do.
They not even what they gonna. You afraid they gonna see you out one day and know?
No. The same reason why most men wouldn't sit here and start an OnlyFans page because you know realistically women ain't gonna buy it. So if you really make some money, guess who buying it? Gay men. I'm not about to sit here and be just jacking my meat off and sitting here uploading it and knowing that 90% of the people who watching this is men. I'm not. No, fuck no, dog. I'm not. Feet, dog. Ain't no difference. They still, man. No, I'm not. I'm sorry. I'm cool. I don't want.
You ain't even showing your face. It's just your feet.
Real quick, I do want to run down some TV numbers real quick, just to give people just a glance on how popular that last house was compared to the. I told y'all the Kevin Hart 72 Hours was trash. 1.2 billion people watched the last house on Netflix. 190 million people watched 72 Hours. It's a huge difference. And again, just for it to be just like Kevin Hart, like these things about the last house was just some random actors. Nobody really knew who none of these people was. And for Kevin Hart to be Kevin Hart and to kind of like for that number to be dropped off that much to me is a little bit absolutely insane. Saucy Santana. My bad. I forgot about you.
So since none of you bitches ain't gonna say it, I'm gonna do it. Saucy Santana is out of order. There's no way a grown ass man should be acting like he's shaking his boobs with a wig on with a group of little girls. This nigga in the video built like a man with a halter top on his nails done with a full beard. And these the type of niggas y'all want around y'all kids. I blame you bitches because y'all idolize this gay shit and y'all allow y'all kids to be around it. Now if you are an adult, your preference is your preference. But keep that shit away from these kids. Me personally, I don't have nothing against gay people, but it's certain things that I wouldn't even allow in front of my kids. If you gonna have friends that's gay around your kids, make sure you set boundaries. Make sure they know what to do and what not to do in front of your fucking kids. No wonder why all these niggas around here acting like bitches. You bitches like that shit. Y'all praise that shit. Y'all stay talking about where all the masculine men go. You bitches turning everybody gay. It's okay for these niggas to be gay. You bitches still sleep with them, have babies bound, all type of shit.
So she basically, for people who don't know, because this clip came out and was going viral like literally the day after we recorded. Saucy Santana, I believe he was still in New York City because it looked like he was like under one of them little walkways in New York, you know, where it looked like it's like how their sidewalks be. It ain't construction, but it looked like it's a construction junk. You walking up under it on the sidewalk. So he was out there, he was doing the quiet on the creek, but he was surrounded by a bunch of little girls. And again, and he was doing the little fake little dance with it, you know, when you popping your boobs and shit. And the kids was doing the dance with him. And again, people was dragging him to hell. And of course, two reasons why. One, you little girls shouldn't be doing that dance in the first place. But then again, I do kind of where it's like one, just the biggest thing is little girls shouldn't be doing that shit at all. But for a fact that somebody was recording this and thought it was okay for their kids to be around this grown ass man doing this, that to me is the bigger problem. And then even for Saucy Santana to want to do it in front of these kids, where it's like, again, yeah, you're not their parents, but it's still as a grown ass man and as an adult, you should know that this shit shouldn't be appropriate for kids to do. And realistically, to be honest, he probably should have got more smoke than Young Miami was getting for making it spin that song. Because you see, it's easy for Young Miami to say, I just make the music. I'm not sitting here controlling your kids to listen to it. But for you to sit here and take time to record a video with these, it was probably like 7 or 8 little girls out there. And to do that dance with them, why the fuck would you do that? Like, that to me just don't make no sense. And it don't even matter. And it's not even on some, oh, y'all being homophobic or nothing like that. No, even if this was a woman doing this same shit with kids, that shit is inappropriate. Why the fuck?
What's his name? Who was that went to was it Sexy Red?
Oh, when no, that was Sexy Red. Early when Sexy Red was at
Erica, who's that girl that one hit? I think that was her.
Oh, Erica Banks?
Yeah, I think it's her that moved, but she went to the high school and she started twerking in the gymnasium.
It might have been Erica Banks or that might have been Sexy Red. I can't remember.
I don't think it was Sexy Red. I think it might have been Erica Banks. I don't even know if Sexy Red was out because it was a minute ago.
Yeah, I just think Saucy Santana, that shit's out of pocket. I ain't gonna hold you. It's no way in hell you should have did that. You should have even thought about doing this. Real quick, of course, because we still in the era. I mean, most of the people, by the time y'all hear this, y'all kids are already back in the school, but it still started up the conversation on back to school drama. Real quick between baby mom and baby dad.
Baby, tell me you're a baby mama from hell without telling me you're a baby mama from hell. Bitch, what the fuck is you sitting up there complaining for $2,000? I'm sorry, I'm with the baby daddy on this one. That baby mama is bitter as fuck. And she knew she was bitter, bitch. You said call me bitter, I don't give a fuck, bitch. You're a bitch and you're a bitter of the bitterness. It's always them greedy ass baby mamas that end up with the fucking daddies that want to go above and beyond for their fucking kids. And the baby mamas who actually fucking do everything end up with the motherfucking deadbeats. The ones who ask for bare minimum, we end up with the fucking deadbeats. The motherfuckers that don't want to do the bare minimum. These bitches be wanting a nigga to fund their whole motherfucking household. No, bitch. That's not his job. His job is to take care of his motherfucking kids. $2,000 on school clothes, whether it's school clothes, school supplies, whatever, is enough to even to start those kids off. See, that shit should fucking last your ass to damn near the middle of the motherfucking school year, if not more than it. Cause this is ridiculous. Baby, these are the type of baby mamas I just want to wring their whole neck because, bitch, if you only knew what some of us go through to even, bitch, 2,000, bitch, some of us can't even get $20 home, and you took over 2,000. Listen, my brother, look, don't send her ass another fucking down. Go get your kids, take them get what the fuck they need.
All right, let me read this text to you real quick. So this dude sent his baby mom's $2,000. He sent her $2,000 Apple Apple Pay or whatever it is when you basically send the money through Apple with the Apple Cash. Sent her $2,000 and she said, I'm sending it right back. Nigga, I got 3 kids and 2 of them going to high school. What I'm gonna do with $2,000? You flex money on Facebook every day and you ain't gonna keep treating me and my kids with the bare minimum, period. We don't need you. Yeah, because what do it matter what grade they go? I mean,
well, it matters because I feel like the grade, like different grades require different things. Still, $2,000 is better than nothing.
But $2,000 should be able to get it done with 2 kids.
She said $3, right?
Man, I don't got kids, and I don't understand shit got way more expensive. But let's sit here and say, let's say if it's 3 kids, and let's just break it down. Like, let's say shoes. Even if because you could damn near do $750 per kid.
I'm not saying that's not enough. I'm just saying, like, what more do you want? $2,000, like she said, you got people out here that can't get nothing. You complain about $2,000.
And this is the bare minimum. And for a nigga to be able to send you 2 bands like that via just on some Apple, on the little Apple shit, and be comfortable with sending it, I'm sure it's not the first time he sent some bread. So you can't make it seem like this is on some bare minimum shit. But again, sometimes niggas gotta be more careful with who you lay in the bed with, because I'm sure I hope that that's not what you already used to, and that's kind of what you used to going. But man, that shit kind of me is out of pocket. I ain't gonna hold you right. Talked about JT already. Talked about Tia Camp.
I've been in a situationship for 23
Oh, real quick, I want to play this and this is one of the reasons why I sit here and said last week why I wouldn't go to none of this stuff because I mean again if you're just looking for some free humps and you're just trying to figure out I can go just get some women that kind of I can just probably get over on for some white one night stand type of shit, some junks you can just kind of run your bodies up with. But if somebody you want to be in a real relationship with, there's no way in hell I'm trying to meet no woman here, and I'm damn sure not trying to meet one of these women who are willing to go up on a mic and tell people she's been in a situationship for 23 years.
Right now, I'm single, and he's still in his relationship with a person that he did have a child with, and she just had a baby. Y'all don't judge me. He in a relationship, and you still having conversations with him. It's that's her. Somebody is with her man. I don't know. When the last time y'all had sex? 2 weeks ago. You know what? Let's do the breakdown real quick, because I'm going to give it to you raw as a woman. Okay, I'm listening. 23 years, he started relationships, but not with you. 23 years, he started a family, but not with you. Right. Now he's in a relationship with another woman.
Hold on, before I let all of this play, real quick, just for the little bit of information you got right there, Erica. Would you recommend your brother to sit here and go meet a woman at somewhere like this? Like, just what's your personal opinion about like when you listen to these clips? I sent enough of them over the week. What is your thoughts on people who go to these shows? Like, honestly.
I feel like some of it might be staged, but then, like we said last week, some people just want advice. Maybe you gotta hear that shit out loud and realize how dumb you sound.
So you don't feel like these people are desperate?
Some of them are. Some of them are. Yes.
I just wanted to make sure I wasn't tripping.
Want to leave and another woman is not you. For 23 years, he's consistently not chosen you. Right. And he's liking someone enough now to go, you know what? I met somebody that I might want to choose. I met somebody that I might want to be with and build with. And I have this unhealthy attachment to you. So sexually, I'll come and dump on you and I feel like it. But I ain't leaving what I got over here and what I'm potentially building with her. Right. So because you have this attachment to him, you're like, but what about me? And for 23 years, you think you have this deep bond that has been sex. A man could do all day and have no love for you. Right. You're not his girlfriend. You're not his wifey. You're not the fiance. You're none of the things. You are the girl that he is in secret that nobody else can know about. Right. And with the smile on your face is where the vitriol is coming from because it's a woman. How can you do that to another woman? How do you look at yourself in the mirror as a woman and go, I'm okay with hurting another woman like that by sleeping with the person she's in a relationship with? I mean, it's been done to me before. So that's your trauma speaking. Whoa, that's your trauma speaking right there. Did you say it's been done to you before? Yeah, I mean, it has been done to me before. So that justifies your behavior? No, it doesn't. It doesn't. And I'm not saying that. Okay, hold on. Let me.
Yes, you is saying that.
What I see is a woman who is desperate to be chosen. You are willing to accept low quality for the sense of just some type of intimacy. It don't matter. Regardless of what you are dealing with right now, that is low quality. And he is showing you just how much value he sees in you. You low quality too. And that's what he sees in you. But you're allowing yourself to be that. They always gonna go for the cheapest offer. Everybody likes a good sale. Make yourself expensive.
Again, thoughts and prayers in y'all who sit here and go to this type of shit. I'm cool, dog. Real quick, Marcus, before we get out of here, I do want to ask you, your Miami Heat picked up Klay Thompson. What is your thoughts on picking up Klay? Are you expecting Klay to do anything besides, I mean, y'all ain't pay him that much, so I can't even say steal money. But do you got any thoughts on Klay?
Yeah, I think that's a good move
For Miami or for Klay?
both.
So what do you give me a point amount you are looking for Klay? Like let's just say if he played because he played a couple. He played damn near like I don't know how many games he played last year, but he played a nice amount of games last year. So we'll say if you could get a season high from Clay, what would your season high be? And then what's your average you think he's gonna give you every night?
Season high?
Yeah.
Maybe a 30 piece.
A 30? I don't know about that one.
Hell yeah. No.
With Giannis and fucking and then you still got the young boy number 45. He's a jack boy.
Miami makes, especially a shooter, a peer shooter. Come on, look up what Duncan Robinson got paid.
Yeah, but I get what you. No, this is what I'm saying. I ain't disagreeing with you. Duncan Robinson got paid. Tyler the Hero. All of them niggas look amazing at times in Miami. Yeah, I'm not disagreeing with you with that. But all of those niggas is still in their 20s.
Right. Like I said, I feel like this will revive his career. And he plays defense. Miami's about defense. This is I ain't gonna say as easy as it was when he was in Golden State, but this is gonna be your best fit right now.
All right, so cool. So you said his high is gonna be 30. So what's his average you looking for from a nightly basis from Clay? To make it be like, okay, this was a good reason for us picking him up. Again, you got him on a bare minimum, so you ain't really losing nothing.
I would say like 15.
15 a night?
15 to between 15 and 12, yeah.
Yeah, I'm close. I'm with a 12 to 10 to me seems more respectable from whatever you was already getting from Clay. I'm with you on that one. From between 10 to 12, I can kind of like, all right, I feel like Clay can still just get out of bed and get you 10 to 12 points.
This is going to be a whole nother Ray Allen all over again.
So you're not looking for consistent, you're just looking for the big shots and the big moments.
Yeah, this is going to be Ray Allen all over again when he left Boston.
I mean, I can respect that. I guess my only other thing is for people, shout out to people who are just diehard sports fans who really just get into the preseason thing. I just can't do it. Y'all better than me. I ain't gonna lie to you. I just can't because I know that 90% of these people not gonna play on the team. So I can't just. It's almost just like me just getting geeked up for some. Like, what am I getting geeked up for? Like most of these niggas ain't gonna play, even like with the quarterback shit and all. And I get it for some teams, like if you real have like, of course, like for Cleveland, y'all got real controversy at the quarterback space. You're trying to figure out who your starting quarterback gonna be. Okay, cool. I get that. But for other teams where it's like I even see niggas like for Ravens fans where it's like, oh, we back on playing defense and this and the third, looking back like the Ravens defense. I'm like, I mean, I guess if that's what if that's how you feel from watching these games, like I don't necessarily like I can't believe that. Like Nick, I don't even think Kyler Murray ain't fucking play this week. So it's kind of like, in Minnesota? So it's kind of like, and Justin Jefferson wasn't playing. So it's like, that's my only thing about why I can't get geeked up for preseason. Because even if this is your team, you got endless merch, this is your team, you super locked in. How do you really get excited and judge if the teams you playing, they not playing their best players?
I think it's just more, just fan-wise, people want to see, oh, damn, this he might got potential. This might be our future running back, wide receiver. I think that's just people because actually are a fan of the teams and not just of a player.
I mean, I guess I get it. I feel like I get it. If you listen what I'm saying, even that's like even with Madden, I wouldn't buy Madden 27 unless you got a new rookie class. And I think that's even like on some video game shit in sports. I think that's the difference between 2K and Madden because basketball is more like a player thing. If you're a fan of a player or you even sold on like on some rookies, like even for the Wizards, like I told you, I think the Wizards are going to be a top 3 team in the East this year. I would buy 2K just to play with their new rookie class. And even not just on the NBA side, but on the WNBA side. But for Madden, it's like, okay, if my personal team don't got a rookie that I care about, like the team, if I play with the Ravens ain't getting no real crazy pickups on the offseason or in the draft. The fuck do I care about buying Madden 27 for? I'll just keep playing. I mean, Madden, what is this, 27 or whatever year it is, this Madden now. Why would I buy that? And I could just keep playing the year before that. Now, I may buy, instead of buying Madden this year, I may go buy college football because college football is a little bit different. It's just the teams. You playing for the color. You playing for the atmosphere. Like, that's more what you buying the college football. But again, with Madden, it's a little bit different where it's like, even that's why I feel like that with preseason. Like, I can't get hype on some shit that is like, what am I getting hyped for? Like, as a Raven fan, Lamar Jackson ain't out there. As an Eagles fan, Jalen Hurts ain't out there. What the fuck am I getting excited about? What am I watching? I'm not giving again. That's why I say I do understand there are levels to like diehard fans. I'm not going to stop my Saturday to watch a preseason game. I'm sorry, but shout out to all the people who do.
Woman refused to become a victim when a masked stranger approached her in Center City last Wednesday morning. She squared up and kicked him in the chest. You kicked him in the center of your chest. Just like that. Yeah. Wow. It happened about 5:15 a.m. near 15th and Broad. Jamaica W. believes the person who targeted her is the same suspect police say was caught on camera chasing a woman outside City Hall minutes earlier. Before her own encounter, Jamaica says she spotted the masked suspect approaching a runner who was wearing headphones.
So I started to wave at her across from the intersection and say, hey, there's someone behind you.
She then witnessed him try to force his way into the coffee shop before turning his attention towards her.
So I figured that if anything was going to happen, I wanted to see it with my own two eyes.
She turned around, screamed, and yelled and put her hands up to fight. But something seemed off about the scary stranger.
He just seemed so disoriented about what his goals actually were. Like, I had bags. He wasn't reaching for those. It didn't seem like he had a clear goal to, like, actually get a La Colombe to do anything. So I was like, okay, well, let's see if you can fight. And he couldn't.
Police say the suspect accosted several people in a 15-minute span. Investigators say he said this to the runner.
He's holding a cell phone up in front of her, at which time he asks her, are you ready to die?
He ultimately fled into Suburban Station. Until he's caught, Jamaica has a message for early sinners and UIsers, especially women.
Make sure that you're not playing music in your headphones. Keep your keys in between your fingers. Just do everything that you can to feel safe.
Again, that gentleman has been caught and has been locked up. But again, real quick, I do want to see and say thoughts and prayers to the women, two women in Detroit, where a young dude was he was coming out of the gas station and they were walking into the gas station. And like they literally like hold the door, let him out, and they were like he got out of the store, and as soon as they were coming in, he shot both of these women. I'm sorry, their only interaction was they opened the door, held it for him to walk out, and they was walking in as soon as he got out the store. And before both of them could get out into the store, he shot. Yeah, one of them in critical condition and one of them.
I think I did. I saw the one like that he was right by. I didn't know the one inside the store.
Mm-hmm. And then this nigga just walked like they got him on camera just walking after he done this with just like listen and just smiling or doing whatever. Like
that's why I told you I got damn drill rapping shit.
Man, yeah, that shit crazy. Like thoughts and prayers to them. Like that to me is so sad because it's just so random. Like them two, they didn't even say a word to this nigga. Like they didn't bump him, they didn't say nothing. The lady literally held the door before him. He walked through the jump, and then it's like he just shoot. Like man, the world is so fucking crazy, though. Like this world is so goddamn crazy. Though. Like I ain't even gonna hold you. Like man, this world is crazy. Real quick, one more thing before I get out of here, just to double on a conversation that we had. I was happy that. Now, sometimes you could be happy. I ain't gonna lie to you. I feel like this on our topic about Carissa Shields with the whole boxing situation with the Zeus thing. Somebody went absolutely crazy on me in the comment section. Like they wrote like 2 paragraphs. I didn't read them. Only one thing I sit here and seen is like your fat ass need to get a real job and this and the third. Like I felt like it was Carissa Shields. I swear to God, like I'm talking. They wrote 2 paragraphs like was just violating me in the jump. But it was like what was it on the? It was on Instagram. No, it was on Instagram. It was on Instagram. But the crazy thing, I swear to God, the way they wrote, because I went to their page, I'm like, bro, you had no followers, no nothing, no posts, nothing. It was like 0 for 0. Everything was zeros. So I was like, this probably Carissa Shields on a fake jump. But again, even when she responded to Joe Budden, because Joe Budden basically echoed everything I said here and said, like, niggas is going to credit you. Yes, you are a great boxer, but the shit you are doing is watering down your brand. Niggas don't give a fuck about, again, that's why when I started this episode off, and I'm talking about when people with the money shit, is like, you can't be so hung out on money that you're sitting here willing to water down your brand. Like again, that's another reason why I thought the shit was fake, because even when I'm watching like the way the shit she wrote to Joe Budden on Twitter, and I'm like, this the responsive, like he didn't never insult you, he never disrespected you, but he just sitting and said,
asking what the hell's going on.
Yeah, why are you doing it? But and anybody who actually appreciates how good of a boxer she is, everybody was like, what's the fuck is the purpose of the Ray J shit? Because realistically, the Ray J and the girls was the bigger talking point online. It wasn't nothing about your fight. Yeah, cool. You can sit here and say, oh, the fight was sold out, this, that, and the third. That's awesome. But you had a whole bunch of extra shit on it. And it took away from the fight. It took away from people. Again, I sit here and say the same thing when I just came in here and said I hate the way blogs pick up, because y'all didn't see it. No blog page is going to pick up your actual fight compared to the Ray J versus Orlando, because guess what's going to get more clicks? The Orlando Brown and Ray J shit. So again, like I was so it was just so funny to see her the way she reacted to Joe Budden. I'm like, you like, and I understand again when she get criticized a lot. People criticize her relationship and a lot of her business and all of that. So I understand what she will be defensive on it. But I'm like, if you took time to just listen to what people saying, niggas is not discrediting you and saying you a bad boxer. Nobody, not one person who had a critique on the lineup or the matchup or how it was presented discredit how good of a fighter you are. Everybody in their thing sit here and said you are a great fighter, but what the fuck is this extra shit and why are you doing it?
It was somebody she got at, and she was like, we don't even know who you are. And I was like, nah, you reaching. I don't know if was it Joe Budden?
Yeah, she said that to him.
It was Joe Budden that she said it. So it was somebody else. But she got like, you know who it was because obviously you seen the clip.
Yeah, that shit crazy. Oh yeah, that I mean that's it. I ain't got too much else for y'all. I guess I'll give you these clips of Welcome to Derry because Welcome to Derry is back in return. Oh, matter of fact, before we got it, let's go pop the balloon and I want to go Welcome to Derry.
People are living in unrealistic expectations. It's not realistic. You need to stop acting as if like you're gonna find somebody it's perfect.
So the revelation here is that dating is superficial.
Dating is superficial.
Very materialistic.
That's what's wrong with the dating.
Like people don't really try to look at the person like internally. Like they'll just look at your lens and be like, oh no, his socks, yeah. But they'll say everything else is great. Like everything you said, you know, you're attractive, this, that, but your shoes, I can't do it. So I just wish people would like try to look past the outside a little more.
I spoke to a young black woman who's a freshman in college, and she said, I don't like the show because it highlights the worst stereotypes about black people. What do you think of that?
I mean, at the end of the day, right? Even if I did the show other nations, other races, it's going to be the same thing. This is just what they see. This is how we are. But our main goal is to let's solve the problem. We are showing people this is the problem. How are you going to fix a problem if you don't see it?
We bring people from all walks of life. So we get doctors, we get students, we get servers, we get lawyers. Like we're bringing all types of people on.
Okay, real quick. I guess my only question to play this is: do y'all feel like Papa Balloon still has the same sting it had before they tried to do that little Netflix thing they did? Because I feel like I don't see it as much. Like I see it like here and there now. Where at one point in time, I felt like it was flooding the timeline. I felt like all you seen was pop the balloon. Like it was. I'm talking about the algorithm was the version of the pop the balloon, and even all the knockoffs and spinoffs. Like I feel like I haven't seen them as much. I haven't even seen the 20v1s as much no more. Where I feel like
I think they just might have moved it out the algorithm because I haven't seen a couple of the 20v1s.
Oh yeah, maybe.
So that's what
you might be right. Maybe they just moved it off my album. I haven't seen it in a minute.
Yes, I think because you've seen it once, you've seen it all. So it ain't really how much new you want. You know what I'm saying? Like Shade Room keep posting like it's pretty much the same thing on it. So I mean, if you still got eyes on you on your YouTube, I feel like
it's cool, but it's just cool. Outside of that, yeah. I'm with you on that. I agree.
Because and you can keep clipping it up and all that. Cause like even how I just started with the tonight's conversation shit, like. I think I just saw one clip and then I just keep seeing different ones.
Yeah, different jumps for sure. Yeah.
So like I said, long as I'm getting eyes on my product, I wouldn't be mad.
I feel like the difference, but to me, I guess the difference between tonight conversation and just like pop the balloon is you can always because their shit is it's real people. And tonight, I mean, again, pop the balloon is real people too. Because I even seen a young lady in the fitness content that I follow. She went on this actual the pop the balloon show. But I think the difference is where it's like. With tonight's conversation, people sit here and say shit that I may be like, I would never date these people, but the conversations that they're starting are still real conversations because these are still real people. So I think that it'll be hard for that shit to kind of like ever die down because it's the conversations. They may be outrageous. You may judge people. You may be looking at them side eye, but it's still a real conversation. You can still start and talk about things that people are getting on there saying. So I do understand there's going to always be a space for that. But the pop the balloon shit is kind of just like you said, if I see
do you think maybe they need to change the scenery?
It maybe do it somewhere else, maybe go somewhere else, maybe even change, like you said, just the entire scenery, like the way it is, like that room, because sometimes you never know if you're watching an old episode or a new episode. So you may be right, that may be it too. And again, the difference between tonight's conversation where it's like, even for them, like their outfits change, the people travel, the conversations travel. Where again, when you saying if I'm just looking at a clip on Pop the Balloon, you don't never know if I watched something that came out yesterday or just something from 2 years ago because the scenery always do look the same. So you may
have you seen shit? I seen on YouTube King Spell or
what's that?
I Spell B.
No, I ain't seen that.
It's DC Young Flies hosting it. Like it's a bunch of celebrities be on there trying to spell.
Like a spelling.
Like a spelling bee.
No, I ain't seen it. You got to send it to me.
That shit.
No, I ain't seen that.
I get it. I understand that black people just gonna try to, find a way to get some, some money. But boy, you got all them damn black people in there running that shit. That shit actually looks like the blackity black. Like you can tell it's pretty much a black production.
Yeah, you just got sent it to me. I ain't never seen it. I never seen it or even heard about it.
Welcome to Derry. Season 2 just got a huge update from its creator. Let's talk about it. While fans are waiting for Pennywise to return, creator Andy Muschietti has revealed some major details about what's coming in Season 2. The story jumps back another 27 years to 1935 during the Great Depression and centers around the infamous Bradley Gang Massacre. But according to Muschietti, Pennywise isn't the only horror in this season. He says the poverty, desperation, and social issues of the 1930s are the heart of the story, and the show is not going to shy away from any of it. This version of Derry won't be the quiet small town we've seen before in the movies and in Season 1. Instead, it'll be a broken town devastated by poverty where many of the children are orphans and runaways forced to survive on their own. That makes Pennywise even more terrifying. He's not just preying on scared kids, he's preying on children who have already lost almost everything, basically with nothing left. If Season 1 showed us how evil can hide beneath the surface of Derry, it sounds like Season 2 is going to show us a town that's already falling apart before Pennywise even arrives. Guys, are you excited for Season 2?
Of course, I'm definitely. Welcome to Derry is one of my favorite shows last year or this year, whatever it came out. Welcome to Derry is one of them shows I'm definitely looking forward to. And I'm not going to, we talked about raising prices. Peacock, the only reason why I'm not going to complain about y'all raising y'all prices is because you got WNBA and you got NBA games. So I'm cool. I don't care. But if y'all was just going off of y'all TV show, I would have canceled that shit after Bel Air. And that's where Peacock kind of got the advantage over niggas because they got the NFL, they got the NBA, and they got the WNBA. And you got a lot of NBA games and you got a lot of WNBA games. So I understand why, realistically, you can't complain. Like, I don't necessarily know, like,
that whole Tubi thing you said, Shorty might be right.
How? Go ahead. What you mean?
Like, just going on there, like the selections of movies they got on there. Tubi got a good selection on there, especially like old movies and all that.
Yeah, I hear you, but again, and maybe because I was about to sit here and say I feel like it just be too much shit to watch, period. So I'm never going back to watching no old movies. So I mean, I hear you, cool. Like if you're going back trying to go on some nostalgia stuff and look at some old movies, you can go on Tubi. One, it'd be too many fucking commercials. Like that should be crazy, dog. Like it'd be a commercial like every 2 minutes. I can't do it. And I'm cool with commercials, but not every 2 minutes. You could barely get to a TV show. Like, think about them Kev on stage Jones. Like, them shit's only like a couple minutes long anyway. And they heard and put like 5 commercials in between. Like, that shit maybe 10 minutes. How you get 10 commercials in a 10-minute video? So yeah, I'm cool on Tubi. I hear y'all and I get what you're saying, but I'm never taking Tubi over Netflix. I'm sorry. Netflix got too much heat. Netflix got heat on the way this week.
But I think it can stand with it.
I mean, okay, I guess. Beauty and Black will be back out on Netflix this week. And again, I told y'all, Vince Young story come out on Netflix this week as well. Again, like I said, like, share, and subscribe. We'll be right back here next Tuesday. If you're listening to this and watching this on YouTube, we'll be right back here next Sunday. And again, like I appreciate y'all. Y'all stay safe. And if you got your kids, please, man, make sure check in with your kids, especially for all y'all and your kids are going back to school this week, man. Please. I'm not saying all y'all, but if you feel like you've been slacking as a parent, step it up this school year. It's a brand new school year. You can start off fresh. Your kids can start off fresh. Be more involved. Make sure they're doing their work, their homework, double checking it so they can get them grades up. And they already lowered the fucking grading scale. So please make sure your kids should be on the honor roll this year. And I'll holler at y'all next week.